Hey guys, tonight we begin with the desperate, deadly, and shockingly recent world of Great Depression hobo life, where catching a train meant dodging steel wheels that could crush your legs, and your best meal was whatever the rats hadn't claimed from the garbage. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And let me know in the comments where you are tuning in from and what time it is for you. It is always fascinating to see who is joining us from around the world. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. You are standing at a railroad crossing. It is 1932. You are 35 years old. 3 months ago, you had a job, a house, a family, a life. Now you have nothing. The bank took the house. Your wife took the kids back to her parents. Your job evaporated when the factory closed. You have 17 cents in your pocket. That is it. Everything you own fits in a cloth sack. You are about to become a hobo, not by choice, by necessity, by economics, by the complete collapse of American society. The freight train is coming, you can hear it, feel it. The ground vibrates, the rails hum. This is your ride, your ticket out of this town. To where, doesn't matter. Anywhere is better than here. Here, you are a failure, a reminder, an embarrassment. Somewhere else, you are just another bum, anonymous, invisible. This feels like an upgrade. The train appears, a black snake of metal, rolling slowly through the crossing. Not stopping, never stopping. Freight trains don't stop for passengers, especially not for broke, desperate men with no tickets, no money, no future. You have to jump on while it is moving. This is how it works. This is how you become a hobo. Jump or starve. Those are the options. You watch the cars roll past, looking for opportunity. Not all cars are equal. Some are open. Boxcars with doors. These are good. Accessible. You can see inside. See if they're already occupied. See if there is room. Other cars are closed. Sealed. Tank cars. Useless. Gondola cars full of coal or gravel. Possible, but terrible. Covered hopper cars. Impossible. You need an open boxcar. One that is empty or nearly empty. One with space for you. One that won't kill you. There, a boxcar. Door open. Sliding past at maybe 15 miles. Per HR doesn't sound fast. It is fast enough. Fast enough to kill you if you mess up. Fast enough to drag you under the wheels. Fast enough to crush you, grind you, turn you into a headline. Transient dies attempting to board freight train. You'd be a statistic, one of thousands. Nobody would care. Nobody would remember. You'd just be gone. But you are desperate. Desperation makes you brave. Or stupid. The line is thin. You run alongside the boxcar, matching its speed. Your sack bouncing against your back. Your feet pounding the gravel. You reach out, grab the metal handle. The vertical bar beside the door. Your hand closes around it. Cold metal. Solid. You pull. Your feet leave the ground. You are airborne. Hanging. One hand on the bar. Feet swinging. Searching for purchase. Your foot finds the metal step, the small ledge below the door. You plant your weight on it, pull yourself up, swing your other leg into the boxcar. You are inside. Safe, relatively safe. You collapse on the wooden floor, breathing hard, heart pounding, adrenaline surging. You did it. You are a hobo now. Congratulations. Your life has officially hit rock bottom. Welcome to the Great Depression. Welcome to survival. Welcome to 1930s America. Let's talk about what just happened, because you almost died. Seriously, almost died. Train hopping kills people regularly, daily. The railroad companies don't publish exact numbers, but estimates suggest thousands of hobos died every year trying to catch trains. Some estimates go higher, 10,000 deaths per year, maybe more. The bodies pile up, literally mangled corpses along railroad tracks. Missing limbs, crushed torsos, decapitated heads. This is the price of free transportation. This is the cost of desperation. The most common cause of death is falling. You jump for the train, miss the handle, fall. The train keeps moving. You are on the ground, maybe injured, maybe just stunned. But the train is still there, still moving. The wheels are coming. Massive steel wheels. Tons of weight. They roll over anything in their path, including you. The wheels don't care. Don't discriminate. Don't stop. They just roll. Crushing, severing, killing. You are here one moment, gone the next. Not even a speed bump, just a smear on the tracks. Some hobos misjudge the speed. The train looks slow. It is not slow enough. They run alongside. Can't match the speed. Grab anyway. The momentum jerks them, swings them. They lose their grip. Fall under the wheels. The train passes. They're dead. Or worse, not quite dead. Missing legs. Bleeding out. Dying slowly beside the tracks. Screaming. Nobody helps. Nobody stops. The train keeps rolling. The other hobos keep riding. This is normal. This is expected. This is hobo life. Others catch the train successfully, but then lose their grip. Riding on the outside of a boxcar is exhausting. Your hands cramp. Your fingers go numb. The vibration is constant. The noise is deafening. You are holding on for dear life. Hours pass. Your strength fails. Your grip weakens. You fall, at speed, 30 miles per h-hour. 40-50. Hitting the ground at that speed kills you, or cripples you. Broken bones, shattered spine, traumatic brain injury. You are left beside the tracks, unable to move, unable to call for help. You die there, slowly alone. This happens constantly. Bodies litter the rail lines. The railroad companies send crews to collect them, clean up the mess, dispose of the corpses. Business as usual. Then there is the railroad police, the bulls. Every rail company employs them. Their job is to keep hobos off the trains, by any means necessary. And they interpret any means very liberally, very violently. Bulls carry clubs, guns, chains. They use them, freely, enthusiastically. Beating hobos is sport for some of them, entertainment. They find hobos hiding in boxcars, drag them out, beat them unconscious, throw them off the moving train. The fall kills some, cripples others. The bulls don't care. It is not murder if you are just evicting trespassers. That is their logic. The law agrees. No bull was ever prosecuted for killing a hobo. Never, not once. Hobos aren't people. They're vermin, pests. Removing them is pest control, legal sanctioned. Expected. Some bulls are worse than others. There are stories, documented stories. Jeff Carr, bull in Kansas City, famous for his brutality. He'd find hobos on trains, beat them, then throw them into the river. Weighted down, they'd drown. He did this dozens of times, maybe hundreds. Nobody knows exactly. Nobody counted. Nobody cared. He was never arrested, never charged. He was just doing his job, protecting railroad property. That he murdered people doing it was irrelevant. Hobos weren't people. The law reflected this. Other dangers exist. Weather. In summer, riding in a boxcar is hot, dangerously hot. The metal cars become ovens. The temperature inside can reach 120 degrees, 130. Higher. You are trapped inside. The train is moving. You can't get off. You either endure or die. Some hobos die. Heat stroke. Dehydration. They're found dead when the train reaches its destination. Cooked. Literally cooked inside the metal car. Their bodies are removed. Disposed of. The car is cleaned. Put back in service. This is routine. Expected, normal. In winter, the opposite problem. Cold. Boxcars offer no insulation, no heat. The temperature inside matches the outside, below freezing. Well below. You are riding in a metal box at negative temperatures. The wind screams through gaps in the walls. Through the open door. You can't close the door. It is stuck open, or you need to keep it open to watch for bulls. To jump out if necessary, so you freeze. Slowly, your extremities go numb. Your core temperature drops. Hypothermia sets in. You get drowsy, confused. You lie down to rest. You don't wake up. You freeze to death. Your body is found later, frozen solid. Another statistic, another dead hobo. Next, let's talk about inside that boxcar, because you are inside now. You made it. You survived the jump. Now you discover you are not alone. Never alone. Boxcars are communal, shared. There are already 8 other men in here, maybe more, all hobos, all desperate, all dangerous, some more than others. You assess them quickly, survival skill, judge threats, identify allies, avoid trouble. The man nearest you is old, maybe 60, hard to tell. The depression ages people. He could be 50, could be 40. Life on the rails destroys you, rapidly, visibly. He nods at you, not friendly, not hostile. Acknowledgement. You exist. You are here. That is all. You nod back, neutral. Cautious. Further back, 3 younger men, late 20s maybe. They're huddled together, talking quietly. They don't acknowledge you, don't look at you. This could be good or bad. Good if they're ignoring you. Bad if they're planning something. You stay alert. Keep your distance. Your belongings close. What little you have, they could take it. Rob you, beat you, kill you. This happens frequently. Hobo violence is common. Expected. There is no law here. No police. No protection. Just survival. Strongest wins. Weakest dies. Simple equations. In the corner, a black man alone. Separated from the others. This is common. Segregation doesn't stop on freight trains. Even among the desperate. Even among the lowest of the low. The racial hierarchy persists. He is in the worst spot. Furthest from the door. Least access to escape. Most vulnerable to attack. But also most experienced, probably. Black hobos have it worse than white hobos. Much worse. The bulls are more violent. The other hobos are more hostile. The towns are more dangerous. He has survived this long. He knows things. Knows how to survive. You make eye contact. Brief nod. Mutual acknowledgement. You are both struggling. Both suffering. Different struggles. Different suffering. But both here. Both alive. For now. There is one woman young. Maybe 25. Dressed as a man trying to pass. It is not working. Everyone knows. But nobody says anything. Female hobos are rare. Very rare. The life is too dangerous. Too violent. Too sexual. Women who ride the rails get attacked. Raped. Murdered. Constantly. She is trying to hide her gender. Protect herself. It won't work. Can't work. But she is trying. Desperate enough to try. That tells you everything about her situation. How bad things are. How few options she has. You look away. Pretend not to notice, giving her what little dignity you can. It is not much, but it is something. The boxcar rattles, sways. The motion is constant, rhythmic, almost soothing, almost the noise is overwhelming. Metal on metal, wheels on rails. The clickety-clack is deafening. Constant, never-ending. You'll hear this sound in your sleep, in your dreams, in your nightmares, the sound of hobo life. The sound of survival. The sound of the Great Depression. Rolling. Always rolling. Never stopping. Never slowing. Just rolling on. The smell is terrible. 9 men. 1 woman. In a confined space. Nobody has bathed in weeks. Maybe months. Water is scarce. Soap is expensive. Bathing is luxury. You smell unwashed bodies. Sweat. Dirt. Someone pissed in the corner. The smell is strong. Unmistakable. Disgusting. But what else can you do? The train doesn't stop. There is no bathroom, no facilities. You piss in the corner, or out the door if you are brave. Risk falling, risk exposure, or piss in the corner. Everyone does. The smell accumulates. Layers becomes part of the environment. You'll stop noticing eventually. Your nose will surrender. Give up. Accept this as normal. This is normal now. This is your life. Someone is coughing. Wet, rattling cough. Tuberculosis probably. TB is everywhere among hobos. Spreads easily. Shared spaces. Poor nutrition. Weakened immune systems. Perfect conditions for TB. The disease runs rampant. Kills thousands. You are breathing the same air as TB patient, sharing his germs, his bacteria, his disease. You might be infected now. Might be dying already. TB takes time. Months. Years. You won't know for a while. By then it is too late. No treatment, no cure, just slow death. Coughing blood, wasting away, dying in some charity hospital, or more likely dying in a boxcar, or under a bridge, or in an alley, wherever you collapse. That is where you die. This is the future you are risking, the price of this free ride. Possible, likely even. But what choice do you have? Stay and starve, or ride and risk disease? You chose risk. Here you are. The train rolls through the countryside. You watch through the open door. Fields pass. Farmhouses. Small towns. All struggling. All dying. The depression is everywhere. You see abandoned farms. Foreclosed houses. Closed businesses. For sale signs. Bank-owned signs. This town is dead. The next town is dead. The whole country is dying. Slowly, painfully, visibly, you are not fleeing poverty. You are riding through it. Poverty is everywhere. Universal, inescapable. You are just changing locations, not circumstances. The suffering follows you. You carry it. You are it. Hours pass, the sun sets, darkness comes, the boxcar becomes black, completely black, no lights, no visibility. You can't see your hand in front of your face. You can't see the other hobos. Can't see threats. Can't see danger. You just sit. In the darkness, in the noise, in the smell, in the fear. Hoping to survive the night. Hoping nobody attacks you. Hoping the train doesn't derail. Hoping you don't freeze. Hoping to see morning. Hope is all you have. Desperate hope. Foolish hope. But hope nonetheless. You cling to it. Desperately. Let's discuss what happens when the train stops. Because trains stop eventually. To take on water. To change crews. To switch cars at rail yards. The train slows. Stops. This is dangerous. The bulls patrol rail yards. Actively, aggressively. Looking for hobos. Finding them. Beating them. Arresting them. Killing them. You need to get off before the train fully stops. Jump while it is still moving. Slowly moving, walking speed. Still dangerous. Still a risk. But less risky than being caught by bulls. You drop from the boxcar. Hit the ground running, literally. Your feet hit the gravel. Your body momentum carries you forward. You run. Stumble. Catch yourself. Keep running. Away from the train. Away from the rail yard. Into the darkness. Into the trees. Into hiding. The other hobos scatter too. Everyone running different directions. Survival instinct. Don't cluster. Don't group. Individuals are harder to catch than groups. You run until you can't. Until your lungs burn. Until your legs give out. Then you stop. Collapse. Hide. Wait. Listen for pursuit. For bulls. They use dogs. Sometimes German shepherds trained to track, to attack. To bite. To hold. You don't hear dog. Good. Maybe you are safe. For now. You are in a wooded area outside town. Wherever this is. You don't know what town. What state even. Somewhere, doesn't matter where. All places are the same. All towns are struggling. All people are hostile. You are an outsider, unwelcome, a burden, a threat. They don't want you here. You don't want to be here. But here you are. Now what? You need food. Haven't eaten in 2 days. Your stomach hurts. Empty, cramping. Demanding. Food is priority. Before shelter. Before safety. Before anything. Food first. Always food first. But where? How? You have no money. Well, 17 cents. Not enough for a meal. Not enough for a meal. Not enough for anything. You need to beg. Or steal. Those are the options. Dignity is luxury. Survival is necessity. You choose survival. Always choose survival. You walk toward town, quietly, carefully. Avoiding main streets. Staying in shadows. Looking for opportunities, back doors. Garbage cans. Anything. You are a scavenger now. A bottom feeder. Eating discards. Eating trash. This is your life. This is what you've become. The realization hurts. Psychologically hurts. Your pride is dying. Starving. But your body demands food. Your body wins. Pride loses. Always loses. Survival has no pride. Behind a restaurant. Garbage cans. Metal. Smelly. Full. You approach. Lift the lid. The smell hits you. Rot. Decay. Garbage, your stomach turns. But also growls. Hunger and disgust fighting. Hunger wins. You dig through the garbage. Wet. Slimy. Cold. Looking for food. Anything edible. Anything not completely rotten there. A half-eaten roll. Soggy. Garbage. Wet. But bread. You grab it. Shake off the coffee grounds. The cigarette ash. The slime. You eat it. Don't think about it. Just eat. Chew. Swallow. It tastes like garbage. Because it is garbage. You are eating garbage. This is dinner. This is 1932. This is America. You find more. A chicken bone. Some meat still on it. You gnaw it. Suck the marrow. Every calorie matters. Waste nothing. A potato. Half a potato. Rotten on one end. You cut off the rot with your pocket knife. Eat the rest raw. Hard. Starchy filling. Good enough. An apple core. Brown. Bruised. Mostly core. You eat it anyway. Seeds and all. Everything has value. Everything has calories. You consume it all. You are interrupted. Hey, get out of there. A man. The restaurant owner, maybe. Or cook. Angry. Protective of his garbage. Yes. Protective of garbage. That is how bad things are. People guard their trash. Afraid someone might take it. Might survive on it. You run. Clutching your finds. Your garbage treasures he chases briefly, gives up. Not worth the effort. You are not worth the effort. You disappear into the darkness. Find another hiding spot. Eat your garbage. Grateful for garbage. This is rock bottom. This is the bottom. You think hope, pray, but it gets worse. It always gets worse. Let's talk about mulligan stew, because you'll hear about it, learn about it, depend on it. Mulligan stew is hobo food, communal food, shared food. The concept is simple. Everyone contributes what they have. Whatever they've begged, scavenged, stolen, everything goes into one pot, cooks together, becomes stew, shared equally among all contributors. This is hobo socialism. Survival cooperation, necessary cooperation. You find the hobo camp, the jungle, they call it. Not an actual jungle, just a camp, a gathering place, near the railroad, hidden from town, from police, from respectable society. You approach carefully. Hobo jungles can be dangerous, territorial. Some camps welcome newcomers, others don't. You announce yourself. Hello the camp. Traditional greeting, respectful, non-threatening. You are asking permission to enter, to join, to exist. Come on in. A voice, male, older. You enter the clearing. There are maybe 20 men here, a few women, all hobos, all desperate, all surviving. Together, there is a fire, large fire pot hanging over it. The stew pot, mulligan stew cooking. The smell is interesting. Not good, not bad, just interesting. Combination of everything, whatever people contributed. You can't identify specific smells, just general food smell. You are hungry enough that it smells amazing, wonderful, delicious. Your mouth waters, your stomach growls, loudly. You got anything to add to the stew? The older man, he seems to be in charge. Camp boss maybe. You check your pockets, your bag. What do you have? A potato. The one you scavenged, saved, were planning to eat later. But the rules are clear. Contribute or don't eat. You hand over the potato. He nods. Approval. Takes the potato, cuts it, drops it in the stew. You are in. You are part of the community. Temporarily. For this meal. After that, who knows? You wait. Everyone waits. The stew cooks. Bubbles. The smell intensifies. People talk quietly. Share information. Which towns are friendly. Which bulls are dangerous. Which trains are safe. This is valuable information. Survival information. You listen, learn, absorb everything. Knowledge is survival. Information is life. You need all you can get. Someone has a harmonica, plays badly, off key. Nobody cares. It is music, entertainment. Humanity. Proof you are still human, still alive, still capable of something beyond mere survival. The music helps, emotionally helps, psychologically helps. For a few minutes you are not just a desperate vagrant. You are a person at a gathering. With other people, sharing a meal, sharing music, sharing existence. It is almost normal, almost pleasant, almost human. Then the music stops. Reality returns. You are still a hobo, still desperate, still struggling. But for a moment you weren't. That moment mattered. The stew is ready. The camp boss ladles it into whatever containers people have. Tin cans, cups, bowls, hands even. You have a tin can. Found it earlier. Your only possession beyond the clothes on your back. You hold it out. He fills it. Murky brown liquid. Chunks floating. Unidentifiable chunks. Could be potato. Could be meat. Could be anything. You don't ask. Don't care. It is food. Hot food. Free food. You drink it. Careful. It is hot. Burns your mouth. Don't care. Keep drinking. It tastes like everything and nothing. Bland but also complex. Salt. Some vegetables maybe. Meat possibly. Or meat-like substances. The texture is variable. Mushy, chewy, crunchy occasionally. Probably shouldn't be crunchy. You don't think about it. Just consume. Get calories. Get warm. Get full. Those are the goals. Achieved. All achieved. Success. You get seconds. There is enough for seconds. Everyone does. The pot is large. The contributions were sufficient. You are full. Actually full. First time in days the warmth spreads through you. From stomach outward. Your body is grateful. You are grateful. You thank the camp boss. Thank the group. Thank the concept of community, of cooperation, of shared survival. This is humanity at its most basic, most necessary, most beautiful. People who have nothing sharing what little they have. This is the best of the depression. The worst times bring out the best in people. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes. This is sometimes. Let's talk about where you sleep tonight. Because you need to sleep somewhere. The hobo jungle is temporary. A meal stop. Not a residence. You can't stay. There are rules. Unwritten rules. Stay the night maybe. If the camp boss allows, but probably not. Probably move on. Find your own shelter, your own survival. You walk into town, proper town, looking for a park. Parks have benches, public benches, free seating, free sleeping potentially. If the police don't move you. Big if. Huge if. Police hate hobos. Vagrancy laws exist. Sleeping in public is illegal. You can be arrested, jailed, beaten, or just moved along. Told to keep walking. Walk where? Doesn't matter. Not here, anywhere, but here. So you walk. Keep walking until you find somewhere. Or collapse. Whichever comes first. There, a park. Small town park. Gazebo, benches, trees. Quiet, dark, empty currently. Risky. Very risky, but you are exhausted. Desperate. You choose a bench. Not too visible, not too hidden. Visible is risky. Police see you, move you, arrest you. Hidden is risky. Criminals find you, rob you, kill you. You need middle ground. Somewhat visible, somewhat hidden. Balance. Always balance. Survival is balance. You lie down on the bench, wood, hard, uncomfortable but horizontal. Better than vertical. Better than walking. Your body is grateful. Exhausted. You pull your coat tight. Your only coat, thin, inadequate. But better than nothing. The night is cold. October cold. Not winter yet, but cold enough. You shiver. Your body trying to generate heat. Burning calories you don't have. Using energy you can't spare. But the alternative is hypothermia. Death. So you shiver, your body chooses shivering. Chooses survival. For now. Sleep is impossible. The bench is too hard. Too cold. Too exposed. You are too vulnerable. Too aware. Every sound is threat. Every footstep is danger. Every car is police. Your mind won't shut down. Won't rest. Won't sleep. You just lie there. Eyes closed. Body shivering. Mind racing. This is rest, not sleep. Just rest. Minimal rest. Insufficient rest. But something better than nothing. Barely. Hours past midnight maybe. Later maybe. Time is meaningless. You hear footsteps, multiple footsteps, men walking with purpose toward you. Your eyes open. 2 police officers. Flashlights. Shining in your face. Blinding. Move along. Not a question. A command. An order. You comply. What choice do you have? Fight and get beaten. Arrested. Killed. Number you move. Stand up. Grab your bag. Your can. Your possessions. Walk away into the darkness. Into nowhere. Keep moving. Don't stop in our town, the officer. His voice is hard. Cold. No sympathy. No humanity. You are vermin to him. A problem. A pest. He is doing pest control. His job. His duty. Protecting his town from you. From your poverty. From your existence. You keep walking. Out of the park. Out of the town. Into the darkness. Into the cold. Into nowhere. You walk for hours. Aimless, directionless. Just walking because you were told to walk. Because stopping means police. Means arrest. Means beating. Means jail. So you walk, your feet hurt. Blisters forming. Bursting. Bleeding. You ignore them. Pain is irrelevant. Keep walking. Always keep walking. This is hobo life. This is America in 1932. Walk or die. Those are the options. You walk. Let's discuss Hoovervilles, because eventually you'll find one, or build one. Hoovervilles are shanty towns, homeless camps named after President Hoover. Bitter irony. Hoover promised prosperity, delivered depression. The camps bear his name, forever linking him to failure, to suffering, to the worst economic disaster in American history. Hoover's legacy. Hooverville. You find one outside the city. Large city, doesn't matter which. Every city has one. Multiple ones. Thousands of people living in shacks, huts, tents, cardboard boxes. Anything that provides shelter. Theoretical shelter. These structures are terrible. Barely functional. Barely standing. Made from scrap, trash, whatever people could find. Scavenge. Steal. Wood scraps, tar paper, cardboard, metal sheets, fabric, Rags, everything, nothing, somehow shelter. The Hooverville is organized, sort of chaotic organization. Organic structure, the shacks are clustered. Paths between them, narrow paths, muddy paths. The rain makes everything mud, thick mud, sticky mud. You walk through it, your shoes sink, come out coated, caked, heavy. The mud is everywhere, in everything, on everyone. This is life here. This is normal. Mud and misery. You need to build shelter, your own shelter. Find a spot, not taken, not too close to others, not too far. Balance again, always balance. Community, but privacy. Protection but space. You find a spot, empty, unclaimed. This is yours now, your home, your kingdom, your 8 feet by 6 feet of mud and suffering. You scavenge materials, walk through the Hooverville, through the dump, through the streets, looking for building materials. Anything useful. You find cardboard, large pieces, refrigerator boxes, appliance boxes discarded. Free. Perfect. You drag them back, 4 large pieces. These are your walls, your structure, your home. You find wooden pallets, 2 of them. These are your floor. Elevation. Above the mud, critical. You can't live in mud, can't sleep in mud. The pallets raise you. Inches, precious inches. Above the mud, above the water, above the worst of it, you place the pallets. Your foundation, your floor, your platform. Whaff, the cardboard goes up, propped against a frame. What frame? You build a frame from sticks, branches, scavenged wood. Anything linear, anything structural. You lash it together with wire, string, rope, whatever you find. The frame is crude, unstable, crooked, but standing, functional, good enough. The cardboard attaches to the frame, creating walls. 3 walls. The 4th side is door, opening, entry. No actual door, just a gap. You hang fabric, old blanket, filthy blanket, found blanket. It covers the opening, provides privacy, theoretical privacy. Anyone could push through, enter. But the blanket is symbolic, boundary. This is my space. Respect it, please. The blanket is hope, fragile hope, desperate hope. The roof is tar paper. You found a roll, quarter roll. Enough. You drape it over the top, over the cardboard, overlapping. Trying to waterproof, trying to keep rain out. It won't work, not completely, never completely. Tar paper has holes. The structure has gaps. Rain will get in, always gets in, but less rain than no roof. Less is better. Less is victory. This is your standard now. Less bad is good. Terrible is acceptable. Horrific is normal. Your home is complete. 8 feet by 6 feet, 48 square feet. Smaller than a prison cell. But it is yours. You built it. With trash. With scrap. With desperation. But you built it. This is your achievement. Your accomplishment. Your success. You should be proud. You are not. You are ashamed. Humiliated. Degraded. You live in a cardboard box. A literal cardboard box. Like trash. Like refuse. Like the garbage you ate yesterday. This is your life. This is what you've become. Inside, the space is tiny, cramped. You can sit, can lie down, can't stand. Not fully. The ceiling is too low. 5 feet maybe. You are taller. You crouch, or sit, or lie down. Those are your positions. Your options. This is fine. This is better than the park bench. Better than walking. Better than nothing. You are grateful. Sort of. Gratitude mixed with despair. Mixed with shame. Mixed with acceptance. You are accepting this. This is your life now. Cardboard life. Trash life. Hooverville life. Let's talk about your neighbors. Because you have neighbors now. Hundreds of neighbors. Thousands. All living in similar structures. Similar situations. Similar desperation. The Hooverville is a community. Desperate community. Suffering community. But community nonetheless. To your right, a family, man, wife, 3 children, living in a slightly larger shack, maybe 10 by 8, 80 square feet, for 5 people, 16 square feet per person. The children are quiet. Hunger quiet. Children takes their energy, their playfulness, their childhood. They sit, stare, exist. Not living, just existing. The parents look broken, defeated, eyes empty. Hope gone, they're alive but dead inside. Zombies, walking corpses, waiting for actual death. It is coming, probably soon. Starvation or disease or despair. Something will take them. All of them. Maybe this winter. Maybe sooner. You try not to think about it, but you know, everyone knows. Some people won't survive. Many people. Most people maybe. The mathematics are cruel. The resources insufficient. The winter coming. Death is coming. For some, for many, maybe for you. To your left, an old man, alone, very old, maybe 70, definitely old. Too old for this. Too old for survival. He shouldn't be here, should be cared for. Should have family pension, savings, something. He has nothing, his family is gone. Dead maybe, abandoned him maybe. His pension evaporated, his savings gone, bank failure, stock market crash, whatever, gone, all gone. He is here, alone, dying alone. Soon, very soon he knows. You know, everyone knows. He coughs constantly, blood probably, dying probably. Dying probably, definitely. He'll be dead within weeks. His shack will be scavenged, his materials redistributed, his space occupied by someone new, someone else, someone equally desperate. This is the cycle. Death and replacement. Constant, ongoing, normal. Behind you, young men, 5 of them, late 20s, maybe 30s. Loud, angry, drinking. Somehow they have alcohol. Probably stole it. They drink and shout and fight. Among themselves. With each other. Violence for entertainment. For release. For something to do. They're dangerous. Unpredictable. You avoid them. Everyone avoids them. Give them space. Give them distance. Hope they ignore you. Hope they find other targets, other victims. You are not a fighter. Can't fight, can't win. Can only lose. So you avoid. Hide, survive through invisibility. This is your strategy. Your only strategy. The Hooverville has rules. Unwritten rules. Understood rules. Don't steal from neighbors. They have nothing. You have nothing. Stealing from nothing is pointless. Also wrong. Also dangerous. The community enforces rules. Violently enforces. Thieves get beaten. Expelled. Killed sometimes. Justice is swift. Brutal. Necessary. Without rules, chaos. With chaos, death. Rules keep order. Order keeps survival. Just barely. Help when you can. Share when you have. Community is survival. Alone you die. Together you might survive. Might. Maybe possibly. Better odds than alone. So you help when you can. How you can share food. Share fire. Share information. Share humanity. This is what is left. What remains. When everything else is gone, humanity remains. Stubbornly. Desperately. Barely. But there. Still there. For now. Let's talk about disease in the Hooverville. Because disease is everywhere. Inevitable. Unstoppable. Deadly. The conditions are perfect for disease. Terrible conditions create terrible disease. Thousands of people. Crowded together. Poor sanitation. No running water. No sewage. No garbage collection. No medical care. No prevention. No treatment. Just disease. Spreading. Killing. Constantly. The smell is terrible. Thousands of unwashed bodies. Human waste. The Hooverville has latrines. Trenches. Holes in the ground. Communal holes. No privacy. No dignity. Just holes they overflow. Regularly. The waste spreads, contaminates. Everything. The mud. The water. The air. The smell. You taste it. Breathe it. Absorb it. Can't escape it. Can't avoid it. It is everywhere. In everything. This is your environment. This is your home. Typhoid is common. Spread by contaminated water. Contaminated food. Everything is contaminated. The water source is a pump. Communal pump. Drawing from a shallow well. The well is contaminated. Obviously contaminated. The waste seeps into groundwater. Into the well, into the water, into you. You drink it anyway. What choice? Die of thirst or risk typhoid? You choose risk. Everyone chooses risk. Some get sick. Many get sick. Most get sick eventually. Fever. Delirium. Diarrhea. Dehydration. Death. The progression is predictable. Common expected. You might be infected now, incubating. Waiting. Time will tell. Meanwhile you drink. Keep drinking. Need water. Risk be damned. Dysentery kills people constantly. Daily bloody diarrhea. Severe diarrhea. Dehydrating diarrhea. You can't eat. Can't drink enough to replace losses. You waste away. Literally waste away. Your body evacuating itself. Expelling everything. You become skeletal hollow. Empty. Then dead. The progression takes days, maybe a week. Not long. You die quickly, messily, publicly. No privacy, no dignity, just dying. In your shack, in the latrine, in the mud, wherever you collapse. That is where you die. Bodies are removed. Eventually the authorities send crews. Not frequently. When the bodies accumulate, when the smell gets bad, they collect the corpses, load them, haul them away. Mass graves probably. Potter's Field. Unmarked graves. No services. No mourning. No remembering. Just disposal, like garbage, like refuse, like the trash the hobos scavenged. Full circle. You came from society, fell through society, became trash, died as trash, disposed as trash. This is the circle. This is the system. This is America, 1932. Let's discuss the soup kitchens, because they exist. Charities, churches, some government programs. They provide food, free food, soup, bread, coffee, minimal food, insufficient food. But something better than nothing. You need to find one, locate one, use one. Survival depends on it. You walk into the city, proper city during the day. Daylight, less dangerous, still dangerous, but less. You are looking for a line, a queue. Where there is a line, there is food. Hobos know this. Learn this. Lines mean food. Always. You find one. The line is long, very long. Hundreds of people, maybe 1,000, all waiting, all desperate, all hungry. You join the line. The end of the line, miles away from the front, hours away from food. But you wait. What else can you do? You wait. The line is diverse. All ages, all races, all backgrounds. Men mostly. But women too. Children, families. Everyone desperate. Everyone hungry. Everyone equal in suffering. The depression is an equalizer. The great equalizer. Rich and poor, white and black, employed and unemployed, all suffering. But all suffering, the line proves this. The diversity proves this. Suffering is universal. 1932 is cruel to everyone. You wait for hours, 2 hours. 3. The line moves slowly. Inches forward. Stops. Moves again. People talk. Share stories. Share suffering. Share humanity. The man in front of you was a lawyer, a successful lawyer. Had a practice, had clients, had money. Past tense. His firm collapsed. His clients disappeared. His money evaporated. Banks failed. Savings gone. Now he is here, in line. Waiting for charity soup. Like you, like everyone. The depression respects no one, spares no one. Eventually's everyone. Eventually. Behind you, a young woman, pretty well, dressed, relatively well, dressed better than most. She is embarrassed, ashamed. First time probably, first time in a soup line, you can tell. The shame is visible. She keeps her head down, avoids eye contact, doesn't speak. She is dying inside. Her pride is dying. Her self-image is shattering. She is realizing she is one of them, one of the desperate, one of the poor, one of the hungry. The realization is destroying her. You remember that feeling. You had it 2 days ago, weeks ago. It passes. Or you go numb. Same difference. She'll learn, or she won't. Either way, she'll be here tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after, until she accepts it, or dies. Those are the options. The line reaches the door, the building, the mission. Salvation Army, probably, or similar charity, Christian charity. They have requirements. You must listen to a sermon before eating. Must sit through preaching, through praying, through hymns. The price of soup is religion. Forced religion, mandatory salvation. You comply. What choice do you have? Starve or pray? You pray. Fake pray. Go through motions. Bow head. Close eyes. Mouth words. Don't mean them. Can't mean them. If God exists, he allowed this. He is watching this. Doing nothing. Letting millions suffer. Starve, die. What kind of God does that? Not one you can worship, not sincerely. But you pretend. For soup. For survival. For calories. Amen. The sermon ends. Finally, an hour of preaching, telling you that suffering is good. Teaches character. Brings you closer to God. That prosperity is coming. Have faith. Keep believing. Meanwhile, you are starving. Dying. Suffering. But have faith. Trust God. He has a plan. His plan seems terrible. Involves a lot of suffering. You're suffering, everyone's suffering. But trust him. Have faith. Amen, you stand. File toward the food. Finally, after 3 hours of line, 1 hour of sermon, finally food. The soup is thin, watery, barely soup, more like flavored water, with some vegetables, potato pieces, carrot pieces, onion maybe, no meat, definitely no meat. Meat is expensive. This is charity soup. Free soup. Expect nothing, get less. The soup is served in bowls, metal bowls. You get 1 bowls, 1 serving, that is it, no seconds. Too many people, not enough soup, 1 bowl per person. Rationing, fair rationing, equal suffering. You also get bread, 1 slice, white bread, stale, hard. But bread, carbohydrates, calories. You take it gratefully. The coffee is terrible. Burned, bitter, weak, but warm. Hot. You drink it anyway. The warmth matters. The caffeine matters. Every calorie, every bit of warmth, every small comfort matters, crucially, desperately matters. You eat quickly, mechanically. The soup is gone in minutes. The bread too, the coffee. All consumed. All too fast. Your stomach wants more. Demands more. You ignore it. There is no more. This is all. Until tomorrow. Maybe. If the soup kitchen is open. If you can get here. If you survive that long. If always, if everything conditional. Nothing guaranteed. Except suffering, that is guaranteed. Always guaranteed. Abundantly guaranteed. Let's talk about winter. Because winter is coming. The Depression started in 1929. It is 1932 now. This is your 3rd winter. Or first, depends. But winter comes. Every year. Inevitably. In the Hooverville, winter is death. Literal death. Mass death. People freeze. Dozens. Hundreds. The shacks offer no insulation, no heat, no protection. The cardboard gets wet, freezes, becomes rigid, cracks, fails. The structures collapse. Under snow. Under ice. Under the weight of winter. People are crushed. Or exposed. Or both. You need heat. Fire, fuel, wood, coal. Anything burnable, you scavenge. Everyone scavenges. Competes for fuel. Fights over fuel. Wood is precious. More precious than food almost. You can survive days without food. Hours without heat. In winter below, freezing. You freeze quickly. Die quickly. You need fire. Desperately. You find wood. Scraps. Broken furniture. Discarded lumber. You carry it back. Build a fire. Inside your shack. Yes, inside. Dangerous. Very dangerous. Carbon monoxide, poisoning. Fire spread. Burning down your shack. All risks. All real. But freezing is guaranteed death. Fire is possible death. You choose possible over guaranteed. You build the fire, small fire, controlled fire, careful fire. The smoke is terrible. Fills the shack. No chimney. No ventilation. Except gaps. The many gaps. The smoke escapes through gaps. Mostly. Some stays. You breathe it. Cough. Eyes water. Lungs burn. But you are warm. Temporarily warm. The fire generates heat. Precious heat. Life-saving heat. You feed it carefully. Sparingly. Make the wood last. Make the warmth last. As long as possible. Until the wood runs out. Until you freeze again. Until you scavenge more. The cycle continues. Daily. Desperately. Barely surviving. Some people don't make it. Every morning reveals bodies. Frozen bodies in shacks. In the mud. By the latrine, people who went out to piss. Didn't come back. Froze mid-journey, found in morning. Stiff. Ice covered. Dead. The bodies are removed. The shacks are scavenged. Life continues. Death is normal, expected. Part of the routine. You might be next. Might freeze next. Might not wake up. Tomorrow. Tonight. Whenever the possibility is real. Constant. You try not to think about it. Hard not to think about it. When you are freezing. When your fire runs out. When the darkness comes. You think about death. About not waking. You think about it constantly. Try to sleep anyway. Try to survive. Try to see morning. That is all. Just see morning. One more morning. Then worry about the next night. Survival is incremental. Day by day. Night by night. Hour by hour sometimes. You survive in pieces. Small pieces. Tiny pieces. But surviving. technically surviving. Let's discuss the psychological toll, because the physical suffering is obvious, visible, documented. The psychological suffering is worse, invisible, internal, destroying you from inside. You are not just losing your possessions, your home, your job. You are losing your identity, your self-worth, your humanity. Everything that made you you, gone, evaporated, destroyed by the depression. You were someone past tense, had a name, a reputation, a role. Society valued you, needed you, wanted you, you contributed, mattered, had purpose. Past tense, now you are no one, a bum, a vagrant, a hobo. Society doesn't want you, doesn't need you, actively rejects you. You are waste, to be removed, to be removed. Disposed, forgotten. The transition from someone to no one is devastating, psychologically devastating, soul-destroying. You can feel it happening, feel yourself disappearing, becoming invisible, becoming nothing. The realization is crushing, unbearable, but you bear it. What choice do you have? Die or accept? You accept, barely, reluctantly, resentfully. But you accept. You are nothing now, nobody, trash. This is your identity, your new identity, your only identity. The shame is constant, overwhelming. You are ashamed of everything, ashamed of begging, of eating garbage, of living in cardboard, of smelling, of existing, ashamed to be seen, to be known, to be recognized. You avoid people from your past, former friends, former colleagues, former life. If you see them, you hide, run, disappear. Can't face them, can't face their judgment, their pity, their disgust. Can't face the reminder of what you were, what you lost, what you'll never be again. The shame prevents eye contact, prevents conversation, prevents humanity. You become furtive, sneaky, hiding, always hiding. From yourself, from others, from reality. The anger is intense, rage at everything, at everyone, at the banks, the government, the rich. They caused this. They profited. They're fine. Meanwhile you are starving, freezing, dying. The injustice is maddening, infuriating. You want revenge, want violence, want destruction, but you are powerless, weak, hungry, insignificant. Your rage changes nothing, helps nothing, just burns inside you, consuming you, adding to the suffering, pointless rage, futile rage. But there, always there, simmering, occasionally boiling over into fights, into violence, into crime. Some hobos turn to crime. Robbery, theft, violence. What have they got to lose? Already lost everything. Already outcasts. Already criminals in society's eyes. Might as well earn it, you understand. You don't judge. You might become one. Might need to. Desperation drives people to terrible things, to necessary things, to survival things, whatever it takes, however terrible. Survival justifies everything. Almost everything. The despair is crushing. Hopeless. The depression seems permanent, eternal, will never end. This is life now, forever. Poverty, suffering, survival, until death. No future, no improvement, no escape. Just this. Forever. The realization that this might be permanent, that you might die a hobo, in a boxcar, in a Hooverville, in the mud. The realization is devastating. Kills hope, kills will, kills desire to continue. Why continue? For what? More suffering, more shame, more anger. What is the point? Death seems better, easier, final, peaceful. You think about it, about death, about ending it, about giving up. The thoughts come frequently, daily, hourly sometimes. You resist them, barely, weakly. But you resist. Why? Survival instinct, stubborn humanity, irrational hope. Something, some small thing keeps you going, keeps you surviving, keeps you suffering. Instead of ending, instead of escaping, you suffer on, survive on, barely on, for another day, another night, another whatever, on. Some don't resist, give up, end it. Suicide is common, very common, in the Hoovervilles, on the trains. In the streets, people hang themselves, shoot themselves if they have guns, drown themselves, jump from bridges, from buildings, from trains. Whatever's available, whatever works. The bodies are found, collected, disposed. Like everything else, like everyone else, another corpse, another statistic, another casualty of the Great Depression. The number of suicides skyrocketed after 1929. Thousands. Tens of thousands, maybe. Nobody knows exactly. Many deaths are ruled accidents, misadventures, anything but suicide. Protect the statistics. Protect the image. Protect the lie that everything's fine. It is not fine. People are killing themselves. In despair, in desperation, in hopelessness. This is reality. This is America. This is 1932. Death is preferable to life for many, maybe most. You understand. You don't judge. You just survive. One more day, try to survive one more day. That is all. That is enough. That is everything. Let's talk about the Hobo code, the symbols, the secret language, because hobos developed a communication system. Symbols, marks, signs, left for other hobos, warning them, informing them, helping them. Community through symbology, survival through information sharing. The symbols are simple, drawn with chalk. Coal, sticks, whatever's available, on fences, walls, posts, anywhere visible, anywhere useful. Other hobos see them, read them, understand them, act accordingly. A circle with 2 arrows means get out fast, danger, police, dangerous bulls, hostile town, leave immediately, don't stay, don't risk. The symbol saves lives, prevents beatings, prevents arrests, prevents deaths. You learn to look for it, watch for it, see it, obey it. Your survival depends on it. A triangle with hands means kind woman lives here. A house, a person, who gives food, kindness, charity. To hobos, the symbol directs hobos there, tells them where to beg, where to ask, where to find help. These houses are lifelines, rare, precious, valuable. You memorize locations, return when desperate. The kind woman might feed you, might save you, might be the difference between survival and death. You are grateful, profoundly grateful. The kindness of strangers in terrible times means everything. Is everything you remember. You mark the house, add to the symbol, confirm it, help the next hobo. Pay it forward. Community, cooperation, survival. A cat means kind lady. Same concept, different symbol, regional variation maybe. Point is the same. Someone kind lives there, someone who helps, someone who hasn't given up on humanity. On hobos, on the desperate. These people are rare, increasingly rare. Most people are struggling themselves, can't help others, can't spare food, can't spare anything, but some can, some do. The symbols mark them, honor them, guide others to them. This is the hobo economy, information economy, kindness economy, survival economy. 3 diagonal lines mean not safe place, dangerous location, criminals, violence, avoid. The opposite of safe. The warning saves lives, prevents robberies, prevents attacks, prevents rapes, prevents murders. You heed these symbols, always. Never ignore them, never think you are different. You are not. You are vulnerable, like everyone. The symbols protect you. Use them, trust them, survive by them. A square with a slanted roof means authorities are alert. Police watching. Bulls patrolling, be careful. Be cautious, be invisible. Don't draw attention. Don't get caught. The symbol warns, prevents arrests, prevents beatings. You see it. You believe it. You act accordingly, careful. Quiet. Sneaky. Survival mode. Always survival mode. Let's discuss specific historical figures. Real hobos. Real people. Real stories, because this isn't theoretical. This happened. To real people. With names. With lives. With stories. Utah Phillips, born 1935, late Depression. He rode the rails as a teenager, became a folk singer, a storyteller, a labor activist. He sang hobo songs, told hobo stories, kept the culture alive, kept the memory alive. His songs described the reality, the suffering, the community, the survival. Starlight on the Rails is heartbreaking, beautiful, true. He sang about hobos, about trains, about the Depression, about survival, about humanity in terrible times. He died in 2008. But his songs remain, his stories remain, the memories remain. Utah Phillips remembered, honored, immortalized the hobos, their struggles, their lives, their humanity. Woody Guthrie, folk singer, activist, legend. He was there, he experienced it. He was a hobo, rode the trains, lived the life, suffered the suffering. His songs reflect this. Pastures of plenty. I ain't got no home, do me. Deportee, songs about poverty, about struggle, about working people, about the depression, about survival, about America's failure. His guitar said, "This machine kills fascists." His music said, "Remember the suffering." His life said, "Never forget. We haven't forgotten. We shouldn't forget." Woody made sure we remember. His music is testimony, evidence, proof. The depression happened. Real people suffered. Real people survived. Real people sang about it. Woody sang. We listen, we remember, we honor, the memory lives. Jack London, earlier pre-depression, but relevant. He hoboed in the 1890s, rode the rails, experienced hobo life, wrote about it. The road is autobiographical, describes train hopping, hobo camps, survival strategies, police violence, everything. His descriptions match 1930s experiences. The hobo life didn't change much. Decades passed. Technology improved. Trains improved. But hobo life remained constant, remained terrible, remained desperate. London described it, documented it, warned about it. Nobody listened. The depression came anyway. Millions became hobos, experienced what London described, suffered what he suffered, survived how he survived. Or didn't. Many didn't. London survived, wrote, became famous. Most hobos didn't, died anonymous, died forgotten, died as trash. London remembered them, honored them, wrote their stories even though they couldn't read them, couldn't afford books, couldn't survive long enough. London wrote anyway, for posterity, for history, for memory. We read, we remember, we honor. The hobos live, in literature, in memory, in history, forever. Let's talk about the children, because children suffered too, maybe suffered most. They didn't understand, didn't deserve this, didn't cause this, but suffered anyway, equally. Sometimes more. Families with children in Hoovervilles is heartbreaking, devastating, wrong. Children shouldn't live like this, shouldn't suffer like this, shouldn't exist like this, but they did. Do. Thousands of them, tens of thousands. Children in cardboard shacks, children in soup lines, children begging, children starving, children dying. This is the depression. This is reality. This is America's shame. The children are malnourished, stunted, growth delayed, development delayed, intelligence development impacted, permanent impact, lifelong impact. Malnutrition during childhood causes permanent damage, physical damage, mental damage. These children will never fully recover, never reach full potential, never be what they could have been. The depression steals their future, steals their possibilities, steals their lives, before they even start. This is the cruelest part, the most unfair part, the most unforgivable part. Adults made this mess. Adults caused the depression through greed, through speculation, through corruption, through failure, and children pay the price. The highest price, their futures, their potential, their lives, gone, stolen, destroyed. Before they even begin, some children work, child labor, illegal but widespread. Desperate families need income, any income. Children can work. Cheap labor, exploitable labor, easily exploited labor. They work in factories, fields, mines, dangerous work, adult work. Children die at work. Industrial accidents, cave, inns, machinery. They're too small, too weak, too inexperienced. But they work anyway, have to. Family needs money, needs food, needs survival. The children sacrifice themselves. For family, for survival, for nothing. They work and die, and nobody cares. Child labor laws exist, aren't enforced, can't be enforced. The economy needs labor, cheap labor, child labor. The laws are ignored. The children are exploited, used, destroyed, discarded. Dead children are replaced with other children. The cycle continues, endlessly, terribly, acceptably. This is normal. This is the depression. This is America. Let's discuss the racism, because the depression didn't create equality, didn't eliminate prejudice, didn't stop racism, made it worse. Much worse. Competition for scarce resources intensifies conflict. Racial conflict. Black hobos have it worse. Much worse than white hobos. Everything is harder, more dangerous, more violent, more deadly. The bulls beat black hobos more severely. more frequently, more lethally. The other hobos are more hostile, more aggressive, more violent. The towns are more dangerous, more rejecting. More deadly. Being black and homeless in the 1930s is death sentence, nearly guaranteed death sentence. The survival rate is terrible, lower than whites, significantly lower. The racism kills, directly kills, deliberately kills, legally kills, nobody kills. Black lives don't matter, not to law, not to society, not to anyone, except black people. They care. They survive anyway. Despite everything, despite the system, they survive. Some of them, the strong ones, the smart ones, the lucky ones, the others die. Many others. Most others die alone, die forgotten, die as if they never existed. This is racism. This is America. This is 1932. Mexican, Americans and Mexicans suffered too. Deportation. Mass deportation. Even citizens, even born in America, didn't matter. Looked Mexican. Spoke Spanish, close enough. Deport them, make room for white Americans, for real Americans. The deportations were brutal. Families separated, children taken from parents. Citizens deported to countries they'd never seen. Spoke languages they didn't speak. Died in foreign countries because America didn't want them, didn't need them, could scapegoat them, blame them. Remove them. Solve the depression by removing Mexicans. It didn't work, didn't help, didn't solve anything, just caused suffering. More suffering, unnecessary suffering, racist suffering. But it happened. It was policy. It was law. It was America, 1930s America. Racist, cruel, inhumane. We don't talk about this much, don't teach this, don't remember this. But it happened. Real people suffered, real families destroyed, real lives ruined, real children died. This is history, American history. Shameful history, but history. Real. True. Documented. Happened. Let's talk about the end, because the Depression ended. Eventually, World War II ended it. Government spending ended it. War production ended it. Not reform. Not policy. Not compassion. War ended it. Killing people overseas employed people at home. Manufacturing weapons provided jobs. The war machine needed workers. Millions of workers. Suddenly everyone had jobs, had income, had purpose, had lives again. The hobos came home, returned to society, rejoined humanity, left the boxcars, left the Hoovervilles, left the suffering, mostly. The memories remained. The trauma remained. The damage remained. Physical damage, psychological damage, permanent damage. They survived, but damaged, changed, broken. Never quite whole again, never quite normal again. The Depression marked them forever. Like the Antarctic explorers, like medieval peasants, like all survivors of extreme suffering, they carried it forever, in their minds, in their nightmares, in their fears, in their habits, in their lives. Changed lives. Survived lives but lived. They lived. Against odds, against society, against everything, they lived. And that matters. That is worth honouring, worth remembering, worth telling. Some never recovered, stayed broken, stayed homeless, stayed hobos. The war didn't save them, couldn't save them. Too damaged, too old, too sick, too far gone. They died as hobos. In the 1940s, 1950s, 1960s, some even later, lifetime hobos. Never recovered, never rejoined society, never had homes again. They died on rails, under bridges, in alleys, in missions, wherever forgotten, anonymous, lost. Their suffering unrecorded, unremembered, unrecognized. They existed, they suffered, they died. Nobody noticed, nobody cared, nobody remembered, except maybe other hobos, other survivors, who understood, who knew, who remembered, quietly, privately, among themselves. The hobo community remembered, honoured in their way. With silence, with acknowledgement, with continued survival, this was their memorial, their tribute, their honour, simple, quiet, appropriate hobo style. The lessons, we didn't learn them. The Depression could happen again. The systems that caused it still exist. The greed still exists. The speculation still exists. The inequality still exists. Worse now, much worse. The gap between rich and poor is larger now than 1929. The wealth concentration is greater. The instability is similar. The risks are real. Another crash could come. Another depression. Another collapse. Are we ready? Number, will we survive? Some will, many won't. Like last time. Like always. The weak die. The strong survive. The system doesn't change. doesn't learn, doesn't care, just continues until it fails. Again, inevitably, history repeats. We don't learn, never learn, refuse to learn, so we'll repeat, suffer again, survive again, or not, depending on luck, on strength, on stubbornness, on whether you can jump onto a moving train without getting crushed, on whether you can eat garbage and survive, on whether you can sleep in the cold and wake up, on whether you can lose everything and keep going, on whether you are strong enough, stubborn enough, lucky enough to survive, to endure, to continue, despite everything, despite everyone, despite the world, you survive. Or you don't. Those are the options. Always the options. Now, then, forever. Choose survival. Fight for it. Claw for it. Suffer for it. But survive. Because you have to. Because the alternative is death. And death is permanent. Survival is possible. Difficult, terrible, painful. But possible. Choose possible. Choose survival. Choose life. However terrible. However painful. However desperate. Choose life. Always choose life. Fight for life. Live for life. That is all. That is everything. That is the lesson. The only lesson. Survive. At all costs. No matter what, survive. The Hobos did. Against everything. You can too. If necessary. When necessary. Should it become necessary. Learn from them. Honor them. Remember them. Their struggle. Their suffering. Their survival. Their humanity. In impossible circumstances. They remained human. Remained alive. Remained hopeful. Sort of barely. But remained. That is the triumph. That is the victory. That is the lesson. Remain, survive. Continue. Live. Despite everything. Against everything. Through everything. Live. That is all. That is everything. Let's talk about specific train-hopping deaths in detail. Because the statistics are abstract, numbers are meaningless. Real stories matter. Real people matter. Real deaths matter. Jimmy Red Sullivan, age 19, Chicago, 1931. Red was experienced. Had been riding trains for 8 months. Knew what he was doing. Thought he knew. Was running alongside a freight train. Southbound. Out of the yards. The train was moving maybe 20 miles. Per h-hour faster than ideal. But Red was confident. Had done this before. Dozens of times, hundreds. He reached for the grab bar. Missed. His hand glanced off. He lost balance. Fell forward. Under the train. The wheels caught his legs. Both legs severed them. Clean cuts. Just above the knees. Red was screaming. Conscious. Aware. Watching his legs detached. Separate. No longer part of him. He bled out in 4 minutes. Other Hobos watched. Couldn't help. Couldn't stop it. Couldn't save him. Just watched him die. Screaming. Bleeding. Dying. The train kept moving. Didn't stop. Didn't slow. Didn't care. Red died beside the tracks. His body was found 6 hours later, identified by papers in his pocket. A letter from his mother asking him to come home. He'd been planning to. After one more ride, after this ride, the ride that killed him, he never made it home. Never saw his mother again. She buried him, missing his legs, missing her son, missing everything. This is train hopping. This is hobo life. This is the cost. Mary Thompson, not her real name. Names weren't recorded for female hobos, not officially. She was 23. Or looked 23. Hard to tell. The life ages people. She dressed as a man. Thomas called herself Tommy. Pretended to be male. For safety. For survival. For any chance at all. She was hopping a train, Northern Pacific. Montana, winter. 1933. The train was moving. She jumped. Grabbed the bar. Made it. Was pulling herself up. When a bull appeared, came out from behind a car. Saw her, recognized her. Somehow knew. Could tell. He grabbed her. Pulled her off the train, while it was moving. Down, she hit the ground. The train ran over her arm. Her left arm, crushed it. Mangled it. Destroyed it. She was screaming. The bull walked away, left her there, bleeding. Dying other hobos found her. Tried to help, made a tourniquet stop the bleeding. Somewhat she survived. Lost the arm. Had to amputate. No hospital. No doctor. Another hobo did it. With a knife. And whiskey. And prayer. She survived the amputation. One armed female hobo. Trying to pass as male. Impossible now. The missing arm made her distinctive, recognizable. Vulnerable. She lasted 2 more months. Was found dead. under a bridge, raped, beaten, murdered. Her body wasn't identified. Nobody knew her real name. She was buried as unknown female transient. No family notified. No one mourned. Just dead, forgotten, gone. This is what happened to female hobos. This is why there were so few. The ones who tried died, quickly, violently, sexually, always sexually. The violence was gendered, targeted, inevitable. Mary knew this. Tried anyway, died anyway, like all the others. Let's discuss the bonus army, because this is relevant. Critical even. The bonus army was veterans. World War I veterans. They'd fought for America, bled for America, won the war for America, were promised bonuses, compensation, payment for service due in 1945. But it was 1932. They needed money now, not 1945. Now, they were starving, homeless, desperate, like everyone else. They marched on Washington, 20,000 veterans, with families, total maybe 40,000 people, camped in Washington, D.C. on the Anacostia Flats, built a Hooverville, bonus city, demanded early payment, demanded their bonuses, demanded what they were owed, what they'd earned, what they'd bled for. Congress said no. President Hoover said no. The answer was no. Wait until 1945, or die waiting. Those were the options. The veterans stayed, refused to leave, refused to give up. They'd survived war, survived trenches, survived gas attacks, survived machine guns. They could survive Congress, could outlast Hoover, could force payment. They thought. They were wrong. Hoover ordered them removed, sent the army. The actual army, with tanks, with cavalry, with soldiers to remove veterans, to attack Americans, to assault the men who'd fought for America. The irony was bitter, cruel, unforgivable. General Douglas MacArthur led the attack, with Major Dwight Eisenhower and Major George Patton, future heroes, future presidents, future legends. In 1932 they were attacking veterans, American veterans, with tanks, with cavalry, with tear gas, with bayonets, with violence, excessive violence, brutal violence, unnecessary violence. The cavalry charged, into crowds, into families, into children. People were trampled, injured. The infantry advanced, with bayonets fixed, threatening, stabbing, pushing. The tanks followed, crushing, destroying, terrifying. The veterans fought back, with fists, with sticks, with stones, against tanks, against cavalry, against their own army. The fight was brief, one-sided, brutal. The veterans lost. Obviously, inevitably. They were unarmed, outnumbered, exhausted, starving. They broke, fled, ran. The army pursued, into the camp, into Bonus City. They burned it, set fire to the shacks, the tents, the shelters, everything. Burned it all while people were inside, families inside. Some didn't escape. Some burned. How many? Nobody knows. The army didn't count, didn't care, didn't record. The fire was visible for miles. The smoke covered Washington, covered the Capitol, covered the White House. Symbolic. America burning its veterans, its heroes, its conscience. The images went nationwide, the photographs, the newsreels. America saw, the world saw, Hoover's brutality, MacArthur's violence, America's shame. The political cost was enormous. Hoover lost the election massively, deservedly. Roosevelt won, promised change, promised help, promised compassion. Whether he delivered is debatable, but he promised. That was something more than Hoover gave, which was nothing, worse than nothing. Active harm, burning veterans. This happened. In America, in 1932, this is history, real history. Documented history, shameful history, but real. 2 veterans died during the assault. William Huschka, Eric Carlson, killed by police. Before the army arrived, shot during confrontations. Their deaths triggered the military response. Justified it. Supposedly. The government claimed the veterans were communist agitators, revolutionaries, threats. Not veterans, not Americans, not people owed compensation, just threats, to be removed by force, by violence, by murder if necessary. The propaganda didn't work. The American people saw through it, saw the truth, saw starving veterans being attacked by their own government, by their own army. The sympathy went to the veterans. The blame went to Hoover. Deservedly. appropriately. Finally, let's go deeper into the mulligan stew preparation, because it is more than just throwing food in a pot. It is a ritual, a community event, a survival ceremony. The process matters. The details matter. The humanity matters. The stew pot is communal property, owned by the jungle, the camp, not any individual. The pot is large, maybe 5 gallons, 10. Cast iron, usually heavy. Permanent, the pot stays in the jungle, doesn't travel, too heavy, too valuable, too essential. The pot is sacred, almost religious. The pot is life. The pot is survival. The pot is community. Respect the pot. Honor the pot. Contribute to the pot. These are the rules. Unbreakable rules. Sacred rules. The fire is built first. Large fire, hot fire. The pot needs sustained heat. Hours of heat. To cook everything properly. To make everything edible. To make everything safe. Relatively safe. The fire is built from scavenged wood. Broken pallets. Discarded lumber. Brush. Whatever burns. Everyone contributes. Wood collection is communal. Shared responsibility. Shared labor. You can't just show up and eat. You contribute. Wood, food, labor, something, anything. But something, nothing is unacceptable. Freeloading is unforgivable. The community would expel you. Violently if necessary. You contribute or you leave. Those are the options. The water goes in first, fresh water, ideally from a stream, a pump, somewhere clean, relatively clean. Nothing is truly clean. But try. The water fills the pot halfway, leaving room for ingredients, for expansion, for bubbling. The pot is hung over the fire, on a tripod, sturdy enough to hold the weight. The full pot will weigh 100 pounds. More, the tripod must hold. If it collapses, the stew is lost. The meal is lost. Everyone starves. The tripod is critical, checked, tested, reinforced. Before use. Every time. No risks. Can't afford risks. The water heats. Slowly takes time. Lots of time. The fire is hot, but the pot is large. The water is cold. Physics is slow. You wait. Everyone waits, gathered around. Sitting talking. Waiting for the water to boil. This takes an hour, maybe more. You have time. You have nothing but time. You wait. Patiently, hungrily. The waiting is part of the ritual, part of the process, part of the experience. You can't rush it, can't speed it up. Just wait, accept, endure. The contributions begin when the water boils. One by one, people bring what they have, place it in the pot, announce it. 3 potatoes, 1 onion, 2 carrots. Everyone hears, everyone knows, everyone knows, everyone verifies. The contributions are public, transparent, fair. This prevents cheating, prevents freeloading, prevents problems. You contribute publicly. Eat publicly, everyone sees, everyone knows, everyone judges, fairly, harshly, accurately. The vegetables go in first: potatoes, carrots, onions, turnips, whatever people scavenged, begged, stole. The vegetables are often rotten, partially rotten. You cut away the rot. Use the good parts. Waste nothing. Can't afford waste. A half-rotten potato is half a potato. Better than no potato. You contribute the half, the good half. Someone else contributes another half. Together you have a whole potato. Sort of collaboration, survival mathematics. The meat goes in next if there is meat. Usually there isn't. Meat is rare, expensive, difficult to obtain. But sometimes someone brings meat. Rabbit maybe. Squirrel, rat even. Desperation erases disgust. Rat is meat, protein, calories, welcome contributions. The donor is praised, honored, respected, brought meat. Elevated everyone's meal, everyone's survival. This is generosity. Extreme generosity. Valuable generosity. Remembered generosity. The donor earns social capital. Respect, future reciprocity. The hobo economy is social, based on reputation, on memory. You give today, others remember, give back tomorrow. Maybe, hopefully, possibly. This is the system. This is survival. This is community. Canned goods go in if anyone has them. Rare, very rare. Canned goods cost money. Nobody has money. But sometimes someone finds a can, steals a can, contributes a can. Beans, tomatoes, condensed soup, whatever. The can goes in, unopened. The camp boss opens it with a knife, carefully cuts around the lid, removes the lid, dumps the contents into the pot. The can is saved. Valuable. The can becomes a cup. a bowl, a container, useful, precious. Nothing is wasted. Everything has value. Even garbage has value. Especially garbage. Garbage is resources. The Depression teaches this, hammers this, enforces this. Waste nothing. Value everything. Survive. Through resourcefulness. Bones go in. If anyone has bones from previous meals, from garbage, from anywhere, bones have marrow, have nutrients, have flavor, have value. The bones are added, broken, to expose marrow, to release flavor, to extract value. Every nutrient matters. Every calorie counts. The bones cook for hours. Release everything. Become brittle. Are removed later, discarded. Finally useless. Finally waste. But not until they've given everything. Not until they're truly empty, truly valueless. The Depression doesn't waste. Can't waste. Won't waste. Everything is used, completely, utterly, until nothing remains. Then discarded, not before. The stew cooks for hours, 2 hours, 3, 4 sometimes. The longer the better. Long cooking tenderizes tough food, makes rotten food safer. Kills bacteria, mostly. Probably, you hope. The stew bubbles. The smell develops, intensifies, spreads through the camp, through the jungle. Everyone smells it. Everyone anticipates. Everyone waits, hungry, patient, hopeful. The smell is promise. Promise of food, of warmth, of fullness, of survival. The smell is hope. Literal hope. You can smell hope. It smells like mulligan stew, like communal survival, like shared desperation, like humanity barely functioning, but functioning, still functioning. The smell proves it. The stew proves it. The community proves it. You are still human, still capable of cooperation, still capable of sharing, still capable of surviving. Together, the stew proves all of this. The smell announces it. You believe it. Have to believe it. What else is there? Seasoning is minimal. Salt, if anyone has it. Pepper, rarely. Herbs, never. Spices don't exist. The flavor comes from ingredients, from combination, from long cooking, from hope. The stew tastes like whatever went into it. Everything. Nothing. Something between. The taste is variable, unpredictable, sometimes good, sometimes terrible, usually somewhere between edible, barely edible, but edible. That is enough. That is success. That is survival. You are not seeking delicious. You are seeking calories, seeking nutrients, seeking survival. The stew provides. That is all that matters. That is everything that matters. The serving happens at dusk, usually traditional time, symbolic time, day ending, night beginning. The meal separates them, marks the transition, provides structure, routine. Humanity, civilization, even eating together at consistent times is civilized. Human, normal. The hobos cling to this, to normalcy, to routine. To civilization, they've lost everything else. Lost homes, lost jobs, lost families, lost dignity. But they can still eat together at regular times, in regular ways, following regular rules. This matters enormously. Psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, even the routine maintains humanity, prevents total collapse, prevents animal regression. You are not just surviving, you are living, barely, minimally, but living, humanly living. The routine proves it, the ritual confirms it. The stew celebrates it. The camp boss serves ladles stew into containers, carefully, equally, precisely. Everyone watches, verifying fairness, ensuring justice. The portions must be equal, exactly equal. No favorites, no preferences, no corruption. Pure fairness, mathematical fairness, measured fairness. This is critical. Essential survival depends on fairness, on trust, on perceived justice. Any hint of unfairness would destroy the community, cause fights, cause violence, cause fragmentation. Alone, everyone dies. Together they might survive. The community must stay together, must remain functional, must maintain fairness, at all costs. The camp boss understands this, takes it seriously, measures carefully, serves fairly. Everyone eats equally, everyone survives equally. This is the rule, the law, the code, unbreakable. Sacred. Survival itself. Let's talk about winter nights on park benches in excruciating detail. Hour by hour, temperature by temperature, suffering by suffering. Because this is where people died, froze to death. In American cities, in public parks, in 1932, This happened regularly, predictably, preventably. But nobody prevented it. Nobody cared enough. The deaths continued. The bodies accumulated. The tragedy repeated. Nightly. All winter. Every winter. For years. This is the reality. This is the detail. This is the truth. Hour 1, 9 p.m. You lie down on the bench. Wood. Cold wood. The temperature is 35 degrees. Above freezing. Barely. You are wearing everything you own. One shirt. One coat. One pair of pants. Thin pants. One pair of socks. Holes in them. Shoes. Thin soles. This is your insulation, your protection, your survival gear. It is inadequate, dramatically inadequate, fatally inadequate. But it is all you have. You lie down. Try to get comfortable. Impossible. The bench is hard. Narrow, your body doesn't fit properly. Parts hang over the edge. Your legs, your arms, exposed, vulnerable. Cold air circulates under you, around you, through you. The cold attacks immediately. You are already uncomfortable, already cold, already suffering. It is 9 p.m. You have 9 hours until dawn, 9 hours until warmth, until movement, until survival. If you survive, big if, people die doing this. Every night. You might be next. Tonight might be your last. You try not to think about it, fail. Think about it constantly. Try to sleep. Fail. Lie awake, cold, afraid. Suffering. This is hour 1. Hour 2, 10 p.m. The temperature has dropped to 32 degrees. Freezing. Exactly freezing. You are shivering. Violent shivering. Your body is trying to generate heat. Burning calories you don't have. Your muscles contract rapidly. Rhythmically. Generating friction. Generating heat. Minimal heat. Insufficient heat. But something your body is fighting. Trying to survive. You can't control the shivering. Can't stop it. Your body has overridden your control. Survival mode activated. Automatic. Unconscious. Your jaw chatters. Teeth clicking. Loud clicking. Annoying clicking. But you can't stop it. Can't control it. Your body demands it. Needs it. The chattering continues. Will continue for hours until you warm up. Or die. Those are the outcomes. The only outcomes. You shiver, you shatter, you suffer, you survive. For now, this is hour 2. Hour 3, 11 p.m. Temperature 30 degrees. Below freezing. You've stopped shivering. This is bad. Very bad. Shivering is good. Shivering is your body fighting. When shivering stops, your body is giving up. Conserving energy. Preparing to die. You are entering hypothermia. Mild hypothermia. Soon to be moderate. Then severe. Then dead. The progression is predictable, medically documented. Inevitable without intervention. There will be no intervention. Nobody is coming. Nobody is coming. Nobody cares. You are alone. On a bench, freezing, dying. Alone. Your extremities are numb. Fingers, toes, nose, ears, can't feel them. Probably frostbitten. Probably damaged. Probably going to lose them. If you survive. Big if. Getting bigger. You are so tired. Exhausted. Want to sleep. This is dangerous. Sleeping is dying. Sleep is death. You know this. Fight it. Try to stay awake. So hard. Harder than anything. Your body wants sleep. Demands sleep. You fight. Weakly. Unsuccessfully. You drift. In and out. Consciousness flickering. Like a candle. Guttering. Almost out. Not quite. Not yet. This is hour 3. Hour 4. Midnight. Temperature 28 degrees. You are confused. Disoriented. Can't remember where you are. Why you are here. What is happening? Your brain is cold. Hypothermia affects cognition. Destroys reasoning. Creates confusion. Dangerous confusion. Fatal confusion. To walk. To seek warmth. This would be deadly. Movement would expose you more. Wind would steal more heat. You'd collapse. Freeze faster. Die faster. Confused deaths are common. People freeze while walking, while moving, while seeking help. The confusion kills them, sends them in wrong directions. Into danger, into death. You are confused. But too weak to move. Too exhausted. This is lucky. This weakness saves you temporarily. Keeps you still. Keeps you alive. A bit longer, just a bit. This is hour 4. Hour 5, 1 a.m., temperature 27 degrees. You are hallucinating, seeing things. Your mother, she is here. On the bench next to you, telling you to come inside, to come home. It is warm inside. There is food. Hot food. Come inside. You want to go. Try to move. Can't, your body won't respond, won't obey. You are paralyzed. By cold, by hypothermia, by approaching death, your mother is insisting, getting angry. Why won't you come inside? Why are you being stubborn? Come inside now, you try to explain. Can't speak. Your jaw won't move. Your tongue is thick, frozen, useless. Your mother fades, disappears. You are alone again, cold again, dying again. The hallucination was real, felt real, more real than reality. You miss it, want it back, want your mother, want warmth, want home, want anything except this, except cold, except death, except bench. This is hour 5. Hour 6, 2 a.m. Temperature 26 degrees. You are warm, suddenly warm, comfortable even. This is very bad. Paradoxical undressing is starting. Terminal hypothermia causes this. Your brain is malfunctioning. Temperature regulation is broken. You feel hot, burning up. You want to remove clothes. Take off coat. Take off shirt. Cool down. This would kill you instantly. Removing insulation in 26-degree weather is death. Quick death. Certain death. But you want to, desperately want to. Your confused brain demands it. Your hands move. Weakly, trying to unbutton coat. Failing. Too weak. Too cold. Too hypothermic. Your fingers don't work. Can't work. Won't work. This is lucky. This failure saves you. You can't undress. Can't kill yourself. Not this way. Not yet. Your coat stays on. Your insulation remains. Minimal insulation. But something. Enough, maybe. Possibly. For a bit longer. This is hour 6. Hour 7, 3 a.m. Temperature 25 degrees. Lowest point. Coldest hour. Darkest hour. Literally and figuratively. You are barely conscious. Awareness is flickering. Fading. Almost gone. Your breathing is shallow. Slow. Your heart rate is dropping. 40 beats per minute. 35. 30 bradycardia. Severe bradycardia. Dangerously slow. Your heart is cold. Sluggish. Barely pumping. Barely functioning. Barely keeping you alive. You are on the edge. The threshold. Between life and death. Between survival and freezing. Between continuing and stopping. Your body is deciding, fighting, calculating. Can it make it? Can it survive? Until dawn. Until warmth. The math is close. Very close. Too close. You might not make it. Probably won't make it. Statistically won't make it. But might. Possibly. Your body fights. Keeps fighting. Stubborn body. Smart body. Survival body. Fights on. This is hour 7. Hour 8, 4 a.m. temperature. 26 degrees. Warming. Slightly. 1 degree. But warming, your body notices, responds. Heart rate increases. Slightly. 32 beats per minute. 35. Still low. Still dangerous. But rising. Improving. We are going to make it. Probably. Maybe the math is improving. The odds are shifting. Towards survival. Toward life. Toward morning. Your consciousness returns. Slightly. You are aware, sort of cold, of bench, of suffering. But aware, alive, still alive, surprisingly alive. You made it through the worst, the coldest hour, the deadliest hour. You survived it. Many don't, most don't. The benches reveal bodies every morning. Frozen bodies, dead bodies. People who didn't make it, didn't survive hour 7, didn't see hour 8. You did. You are still here. Still alive, still suffering, but alive. This is hour 8. Hour 9, 5 a.m. Temperature, 28 degrees. Dawn is coming. Not here, but coming soon. An hour maybe. Light is coming. Warmth is coming. Survival is coming. You are shivering again. This is good. Excellent even. Shivering means your body is fighting again. Generating heat again. Functioning again. You are recovering. Slowly. Partially. Minimally. But recovering. You are going to survive. Going to see morning, going to live another day, another miserable day, another suffering day, another desperate day, but another day. You survived a night, on a park bench, in below freezing weather, with inadequate clothing, with no shelter, with no help. You survived alone. Through stubbornness, through luck, through physiology, through random chance, you survived. Others didn't. You hear sirens, police, ambulance, discovering bodies, other benches, other people, other failures, other deaths. You are not them. You are alive. You survived. 6 a.m., dawn, temperature 30 degrees. Light appears. Grey light. Dawn light. The most beautiful light you've ever seen. You are alive to see it. Alive to experience it. Alive, you stand, slowly, carefully. Your body doesn't work right. Stiff, frozen, painful. Every movement hurts. Every joint protests. You don't care. You are alive. You are moving. You are surviving. You walk. Stumble. Catch yourself. Keep walking. Away from the bench. The deadly bench. The almost tomb bench. You survived it. This time, tonight you'll have to do it again. Tomorrow night. Every night. Until you find shelter. Or die. Whichever comes first. You know the odds. Understand the statistics. Every night on a bench is Russian roulette. Eventually the chamber isn't empty. Eventually you lose. Eventually you freeze. But not today. Not tonight. Maybe not tomorrow. You survived this night. That is enough. That is victory. That is everything. You walk into dawn, into light, into another day. Another desperate day. But a day, your day. You survived for it. You've earned it. You'll suffer through it. Then try to survive another night. This is your life. This is the depression. This is survival, nightly, barely, desperately. But survival. Let's discuss the soup kitchen experience in detail, because it is more than just getting food. It is degradation. It is humiliation. It is the visible manifestation of failure. Personal failure. Societal failure, human failure. The soup line is shame made visible, made public, made communal. The line forms early, hours before the kitchen opens. 6 a.m. sometimes. The kitchen opens at noon. People wait 6 hours. Why? Because capacity is limited. First come, first served. Late arrivals get nothing. Nothing is starvation. Nothing is death. So you arrive early, claim your spot. Wait for hours. In all weather, rain, snow, heat. Doesn't matter. You wait. Your survival depends on waiting, on enduring, on being patient while starving. The irony is cruel. The reality is crueler. The composition of the line tells a story. American story. Depression story. Failure story. The line is diverse. Men, women, children, families, all races, all ages, all backgrounds. Lawyers, doctors, teachers, laborers, farmers. Everyone. The depression is equal opportunity destroyer. It ruins everyone eventually. The line proves this, demonstrates this. The diversity is evidence. Evidence of systemic failure, of economic collapse, of societal breakdown. You are part of this evidence. Part of this failure, part of this story. You stand in line, visible, public, ashamed, but standing, surviving, enduring. The people don't talk much. Some quiet conversation, mostly silence. Uncomfortable silence, shameful silence. Everyone is ashamed. Everyone wants to be invisible, wants to not be here, wants to not need charity. But everyone is here. Everyone needs charity. The shared shame doesn't create community, creates isolation, separate suffering, together but alone. This is the paradox, the tragedy. Humans gathered together, all suffering identically, all alone in their suffering, not connecting, not supporting, just existing, separately, together. This is the depression. This is humanity under stress, fragmenting, atomizing, surviving individually despite physical proximity. The line is together. The suffering is alone. The children are worst. They don't understand. Can't understand. They're hungry. Want food. Don't comprehend why waiting is necessary. Why food isn't immediate. Why they're here. Why their parents look so sad. So ashamed. So defeated. The children fidget. Complain, cry sometimes. The parents try to quiet them. Hush them. Make them patient. Impossible task. Children can't be patient while hungry. The parents know this. Try anyway. Fail. Get frustrated. Sometimes snap at the children. Immediately regret it. Feel worse. Feel more ashamed. Feel more defeated. This is parenting during the depression. Impossible. Terrible. Necessary. You do your best. Your best is inadequate. You know it. Your children know it. Everyone knows it. But you try. Keep trying. What else can you do? The weight tests endurance, physical endurance, emotional endurance, psychological endurance. You are standing for hours, weak from hunger, tired from poor sleep, cold from exposure. Standing is difficult, exhausting, painful. Your legs hurt, your back hurts, everything hurts. You want to sit, can't risk it. Others would take it, push ahead. You'd lose your spot, lose your chance, lose your meal. You stand, through pain, through exhaustion, through everything. You endure. This is survival. This is what it requires. Endless endurance, constant suffering, perpetual struggle. You do it. Keep doing it. Have to do it. The doors open. Finally noon. The line surges forward. Slightly, controlled surge. Desperate surge. Hungry surge. But controlled. Pushing too hard would cause problems. Would close the kitchen. Would feed nobody. The crowd understands. Regulates itself. Moves forward slowly. Orderly. Desperately orderly. Hungrily orderly. But orderly. Progress is slow. Infinitely slow. You shuffle forward. Inches at a time. The door gets closer. Closer. Eventually you are inside. Inside is a relief. Partial relief. You are closer to food. Closer to survival. But not there yet. Not fed yet. More waiting. More endurance. More suffering. Always more. The sermon requirement is humiliating. Before food, religion. Mandatory religion. Forced religion. Everyone sits on benches. Wooden benches. Hard benches. The preacher stands. Begins. Brothers and sisters, we are gathered here in this time of trial. Time of trial. Interesting euphemism. Trial implies temporary. This feels permanent. God is testing us. Testing our faith. Testing our character. Through suffering we grow. Through hardship we learn. Through deprivation we find God. You are not finding God. You are finding hunger. Finding desperation. Finding rage. At God. At the system. But you don't say this. Don't express this. Don't reveal this. You sit, quiet, respectful, fake respectful, necessary respectful. The price of food is respect, fake respect, but respect. The sermon continues. Those who have faith will be rewarded in this life or the next. Trust in God, trust in His plan. He provides for His children. He's not providing. The soup kitchen is providing. Charity is providing. Donations are providing. God is absent, invisible, unhelpful. But you don't say this. Don't argue. Don't challenge. You need food. Food requires obedience. Obedience requires silence. You are silent. Obedient. Hungry. The sermon continues. 30 minutes, 45. An hour sometimes. Depends on the preacher. Some are brief, merciful. Others are lengthy, thorough, enthusiastic. They're not hungry, not desperate, not suffering. They can preach for hours. Have time for hours. You don't. You are starving, dying, needing food. But you wait. Endure. Listen. Pretend to listen. Actually, you are thinking about food, about soup, about bread, about calories, about survival. Not about God, not about salvation, not about eternity, about soup, just soup. That is all. That is everything. Finally, the sermon ends. Let us pray. Everyone bows heads. You bow your head, dear Lord. We thank you for this food, for this provision, for this blessing. We ask that you bless those who provided it, bless those who prepared it, bless those who will receive it. In Jesus' name, Amen. Everyone echoes. You echo. Amen. Fake amen. Obligatory amen. Survival amen. But amen nonetheless. The prayer is done. The sermon is finished. Finally, food is coming. After 6 hours of waiting, after an hour of preaching, after a prayer, finally food. The line forms again inside. To the kitchen counter. You file through slowly. One by one, get your bowl, your bread, your coffee. The portions are measured, precise. Limited, equal, but insufficient. The bowl is half full. The bread is 1 slice. The coffee is 1 cup. That is it. No seconds, too many people. Not enough food. You get your portion, find a seat, at long tables. Communal tables. You sit, among strangers, among fellow sufferers, among the desperate. You eat, quickly, silently, desperately. The soup is gone in minutes. The bread too. The coffee. You are still hungry, still unsatisfied, still needing more. There is no more. This was it. Your one meal. Until tomorrow. Maybe if the kitchen is open. If you can get here. If you survive. Big ifs. Uncertain ifs. But ifs. You've eaten. You've survived this meal. This day. This moment. Tomorrow is tomorrow. You'll worry about it tomorrow. Today you ate. That is enough. Has to be enough. Is enough. Barely. But enough. Let's talk about the physical deterioration in detail. The specific changes. The visible decay. The measurable destruction. Because the depression doesn't just harm you. It changes you. Transforms you. Destroys who you were. Creates something else. Something less. Something damaged. Something barely human. The transformation is documented. Visible. Irreversible. Let's examine it. Weight loss is dramatic, rapid, dangerous. You lose 20 pounds the first month, 30 pounds the second. Your body is consuming itself, eating its own reserves. Fat goes first. Quickly, completely. You had minimal fat to begin with. Working class people weren't fat in 1929. By 1932 you have no fat. Zero body fat. Your skin lies directly on muscle. You can see the muscle. See it move. See it work. This is wrong. Looks wrong. Feels wrong. Is wrong, but normal. Now, everyone looks like this. Skeletal. Muscle. Wrapped skeletons. Walking, working, barely. After the fat, muscle is consumed. Your body needs calories, needs energy, needs fuel. Food is insufficient. Your body finds fuel internally. Muscle is fuel. Protein, energy, survival. Your body doesn't ask permission, doesn't warn you, just consumes. You notice the change. Your arms shrink, legs shrink, chest shrinks. Everything shrinks. You are smaller, weaker, lighter, less. Every day less. Every week significantly less. The clothing that fit last month hangs loose this month, falls off next month. Nothing fits. Everything is too large. You are disappearing. Physically disappearing, wasting away. The term is accurate. You are waste. Being wasted. Wasting present progressive. Ongoing. Continuing. Inevitable. Your face changes dramatically. The cheeks hollow, the eyes sink, the skin stretches. Tight. Too tight. Every bone is visible. Skull. Like death. Like you look like a corpse. Everyone does. Comparison is impossible. Everyone looks equally terrible, equally death-like. This is normal appearance. Expected appearance. Actual appearance. You are 35 years old. You look 65 or 75. Age is meaningless. Suffering ages you. Instantly. Dramatically. Permanently. Your face will never recover, never look young again, never look healthy again. The depression has marked you, permanently, visibly. Obviously, your face announces your history, your suffering, your survival, forever. Teeth loosen, gums recede. Malnutrition affects everything, including dental health. Scurvy affects gums specifically. Vitamin C deficiency causes bleeding gums, receding gums, loose teeth. You are not getting vitamin C. No fresh fruits, no vegetables. Nothing fresh. Everything is canned, preserved. Dead food. Nutritionally dead. Your gums bleed when you eat. When you brush, when you touch them. The blood is alarming, constant expected. You ignore it. What can you do? No dentist, no treatment, no help. Just bleeding gums. Just loosening teeth. Just decay. Ongoing decay. Inevitable decay. Your mouth is dying. Your teeth are dying. You are dying from the mouth inward, slowly, visibly. One tooth at a time. Hair changes, becomes brittle thin. Falls out. Malnutrition affects hair growth. Affects hair quality. Your hair is dull. Lifeless. Literally lifeless. Dead hair on a dying body. Some falls out. Clumps in your hands when you wash. If your washing is rare, water is scarce. Soap is expensive. You don't wash often. Your hair is dirty, greasy, matted, and falling out. The combination is terrible. You look diseased. Look homeless. Look desperate. You are all these things. Your appearance advertises it, announces it, confirms it. Skin deteriorates, becomes dry, cracked, scaly. No moisture, no oils, no nutrients. Your skin is dying, peeling, flaking, falling off in pieces. You shed skin constantly, like a snake. But snakes grow new skin underneath. Healthy skin. You grow damaged skin, weak skin, broken skin. The new skin is worse than the old skin. The cycle continues. Deteriorating, worsening, never improving, never healing, just changing from bad to worst to worst. This is the progression. This is the reality. This is your body failing, publicly, visibly failing. Sores develop on your feet, your hands, anywhere pressure occurs, anywhere friction exists. The sores don't heal, can't heal. Healing requires nutrients. You don't have nutrients. The sores remain, open, weeping. Infected, the infections are persistent. Chronic, dangerous without antibiotics. Infections can kill. These won't kill you, probably, but they'll hurt constantly forever. For as long as you are malnourished, for as long as you are homeless, for as long as you are alive, the sores are companions. Permanent companions. Painful companions. Unwanted but constantly. Your organs are failing. Slowly, invisibly. But failing. Your liver is damaged. Protein deficiency affects liver function. Your kidneys are struggling. Dehydration affects kidney function. Your heart is weakening. Malnutrition affects cardiac function. Your lungs are scarred. Exposure affects pulmonary function. Everything is failing. Everything is damaged. Everything is wrong. You can't see it. Can't feel it specifically. But it is happening. Documented. Medically proven. Malnutrition destroys organs systematically, progressively, lethally. You are dying from the inside out. Slow death. Invisible death. Certain death unless conditions improve. Unless you escape. Unless you survive. Big unlesses. Uncertain, unlikely, unlesses. But possible, maybe, potentially, you hope. The depression ends eventually for you, for society, for America. How? When World War II, 1941, Pearl Harbor. America enters the war. Suddenly employment, suddenly production, suddenly purpose. The war machine needs workers. Millions of workers. You can work. You are hired. You have a job. Income. Purpose. Life. Normalcy returning. Sort of you are not normal anymore. Can't be normal. Too damaged. Too changed. Too marked by the depression. But you are employed, fed, housed, alive. Surviving better. This is improvement. Huge improvement. Life-changing improvement. But not healing. Not restoration. Not recovery. Just improvement. Surviving well instead of surviving poorly. Better than before. Not as good as before. Before the depression, that person is gone. Dead. Destroyed by 1932, by 1933, by years of suffering. That person won't return. Can't return. Is permanently gone. You are someone else now. Depression, survivor you. Damaged you, changed you, lesser you. But alive you. Functioning you. Surviving you. This is who you are now, forever. The depression created this person. The war employed this person. This person lives the rest of your life. Carrying the memories, the trauma, the damage, the marks, physical marks, psychological marks, permanent marks, forever marks. You survived, but you didn't escape. You carried it with you. Carry it still. The depression never truly ends, not for survivors. Not internally, not psychologically. It remains, always remains. A shadow, a memory, a scar, a permanent part of your identity. You are a depression survivor. This defines you, forever defines you. You can't escape it, can't outrun it, can't forget it. It is part of you permanently, essentially, fundamentally. You are what the depression made you, a survivor, damaged, changed, scarred, but survived. That is something, that is everything, that is all there is. Survival, despite everything, against everything, through everything. You survived. That matters. That is worth remembering, worth honoring, worth telling. Your story, your survival, your suffering, your triumph. Small triumph, damaged triumph. But triumph, you lived. When others died, you survived. When others gave up, you continued. When everything said stop, you kept going. This is remarkable. This is worthy. This is you. Depression survivor. Hobo survivor. 1930s survivor. American survivor. Human survivor. You survived, remember that. Honor that. Carry that. Forever. Let's talk about looking for work in devastating detail. Because hobos aren't lazy. Aren't avoiding work. They're desperate for work. Begging for work. Would do anything for work. But there is no work. None. The jobs are gone. Evaporated. Disappeared. Millions of men competing for thousands of jobs. The math is impossible. The odds are zero. But you try anyway, every day, desperately, hopelessly. necessarily. You see a factory, still operating. Miracle. Most are closed, abandoned. This one is running barely. You approach, see other men already there, 20 men, 50, 100, all waiting, all desperate. You join them, the crowd, the mass, the desperate unemployed mob. You wait for the boss, for anyone who might hire, for anyone who might save you. The foreman appears, surveys the crowd. 100 men. He needs maybe 2, maybe 1, maybe none. Probably none. But you hope. Everyone hopes. Desperate hope. Foolish hope. I need 1 man, strong man, hard worker. 100 hands shoot up. Me. Pick me. I am strong. I'll work hard, please. Everyone shouting. Everyone begging. Everyone degrading themselves. For 1 job. 1 temporary job. 1 day of work. Maybe. The foreman points. You. Not you. Someone else. The lucky one. The chosen one. The survivor. For today. He'll eat tonight. His family might eat. For today, the rest of you get nothing. 99 losers. 99 failures. 99 starving men. Going home empty. Going hungry. Going desperate. You walk away. Defeated. Again. This is every day. Every morning. Every factory. Every hope. Every failure. Constant. Relentless. Crushing. Some days the foreman doesn't appear. The factory is closed. Permanently closed. You didn't know. Nobody knew. You waited for hours. For nothing. No job. No hope. No nothing. Just wasted time. Wasted energy. Wasted hope. You moved to the next factory. The next possibility. The next disappointment. This is your job. Looking for work. Full-time unemployment. Professional rejection. Expert failure. This is all you do. All you can do. Look, hope, fail, repeat, every day, forever. Until you die, or something changes. Unlikely, impossible, but you try. Let's discuss family destruction in specific detail. Real families, real people, real destruction. Because the depression doesn't just take your job, it takes your family, your marriage, your children, your everything. The economic collapse causes social collapse. Personal collapse, total collapse. This is documented, common, expected, normal, even. Let me show you. John Miller, 38 years old, Toledo, Ohio, 1933. John was a machinist. Good job. Union job. Steady work. Decent pay. He had a wife, Mary. 2 children. Robert, 8. Susan, 6. They had a house. Modest house. But theirs, they had a life. Normal life. American life. This was 1929, this was before. The factory closed in 1930. John lost his job, looked for work, couldn't find any. The savings lasted 6 months, then gone. The house went next. Foreclosed. The bank took it. Took everything. The family moved to a Hooverville. Lived in a cardboard shack, all 4 of them, in maybe 60 square feet. This was their home now. This was their life. This was their life. This was their family. Together. John kept looking for work every day, walked miles, asked everywhere. Begged for anything. Got nothing. Constant nothing. Endless nothing. Crushing nothing. Mary tried to hold things together, tried to keep the family fed. Kept the children hopeful. Impossible task. But she tried. Mothers try. Even when hopeless, she scavenged, begged, stood in soup lines. With the children, watching them starve, watching them suffer, watching them lose childhood. This destroyed her. Slowly, visibly. Completely. John couldn't take it. Couldn't watch his family suffer. Couldn't watch his children starve. Couldn't face his wife's disappointment. Her unspoken blame. Her visible despair. It was too much. Too painful. Too shameful. One morning in 1933, John left. Walked out. Didn't come back. Left a note. I can't provide for you. Maybe you are better without me. Maybe you can get relief. They won't help if I am here. I am sorry. I love you. I am sorry. Gone. Disappeared. Became a hobo. Became a statistic. Became one of millions of men who abandoned families. Not from cruelty. From desperation. From shame. From love. Even. Twisted love. Desperate love. He thought he was helping. Thought they'd be better without him. Thought wrong. But thought it anyway. Left anyway. Mary never recovered. Raised the children alone. In the Hooverville. In poverty. In despair. Robert grew up angry. Bitter. Became a different person. Hard person. Cold person. Damaged person. Susan became quiet. Withdrawn. Stopped talking. Selective mutism from trauma, from loss, from everything. The family was destroyed, not ended, destroyed, transformed into something broken, something damaged, something barely recognizable as a family. John did this. The Depression did this. America did this. This is what happened to millions. This exact scenario. Different names, same story, same destruction, same shame. Let's talk about women's specific suffering, because women suffered differently. Not less, differently. Worse in many ways, the violence was gendered, sexual, constant, inevitable. Being female and homeless was multiple death sentences, from multiple sources. In multiple ways, let me explain. Female hobos faced everything. Male hobos faced plus additional horrors. The trains were dangerous for everyone. More dangerous for women, the bulls beat everyone. Beat women worse. Often raped them first. Then beat them. Sometimes killed them. After raping, this was common, expected, normal. Bulls had complete power. Women had no protection, no recourse, no justice. The bulls knew this, used this, abused this. Constantly. Other hobos were dangerous, male hobos. Some were protective, decent, respectful. Many weren't. Many saw lone women as prey, as opportunity, as targets. The attacks were frequent, brutal, sexual, always sexual. Rape was constant threat, constant trauma. Women couldn't travel alone. Too dangerous, had to find protection. Male companion, husband, brother, protector. But protectors became abusers often. Frequently, the protection was conditional, transactional, sexual. The protector expected payment, sexual payment. The woman had no choice. Submit or be unprotected. Both options were terrible. Submit meant ongoing sexual abuse. Unprotected meant random sexual violence. Choose your rape. That was the choice. That was the option. That was female hobo life. Pregnancy was disaster, inevitable disaster. Constant sexual activity meant constant pregnancy risk. Birth control didn't exist. Not for poor women, not for homeless women, not for anyone. Women got pregnant. Frequently, unavoidably, terribly. Being pregnant and homeless was death sentence. Delivering in a Hooverville was nightmare. No medical care, no sterile conditions, no pain relief, no safety. Women died in childbirth, regularly. The babies died too. Usually. Couldn't survive the conditions, couldn't survive malnutrition, couldn't survive exposure. The babies died. The mothers died, or wished they did. Surviving childbirth meant having an infant, in a Hooverville, with no resources, no food, no milk, no anything. The infant would die, slowly, starving. You'd watch, helpless, unable to feed, unable to save, unable to anything. Just watch your baby die. This happened, constantly, to thousands of women. This was their specific horror, their gendered suffering, their female burden. Men starved. Women starved while watching their babies starve. Different suffering, worse suffering, gendered suffering. Menstruation during homelessness was nightmare. No sanitary products, no access, no money, nothing. Women used rags, newspaper, whatever available. The hygiene was terrible. The infections were common, constant, dangerous. Toxic shock syndrome was real risk. Constant risk. Many women died from menstruation complications, from infections, from lack of hygiene, from impossible conditions. Nobody talks about this. Nobody documents this, but it happened. To every menstruating homeless woman. For years, this was their monthly horror, their cyclical suffering, their female burden, bleeding in public, with no privacy, no protection, no dignity. This was their reality. This was women's depression. Let's discuss tuberculosis progression in detail, because TB killed thousands of hobos, maybe tens of thousands. The disease was everywhere, in every Hooverville, every boxcar, every soup kitchen, every jungle, everywhere. Hobos gathered, TB thrived. Spread, killed, constantly. Let me show you the progression. The timeline. The death march. Day 1, exposure. You are in a boxcar with other hobos. One is coughing. Wet, rattling cough. He is infected, TB. You don't know this. He might not know. Doesn't matter. He is coughing, spraying bacteria into the air, into your lungs, into you. You are infected now. Unknowingly, inevitably, fatally probably, the die is cast. The disease is spreading. Inside you already spreading. You feel fine. Feel normal. Feel healthy. Even you are infected. Already dying. Just don't know it yet. Week 1. Asymptomatic. You feel fine. Normal. The bacteria are multiplying in your lungs. Slowly. Silently. Invisibly. Your immune system is fighting. Trying to contain. Trying to destroy. Failing. Your immune system is weakened by malnutrition. By exposure. By stress. By everything. Can't fight properly. Can't win. The bacteria win. Always win. You still feel fine. Still normal. Still doomed. Week 4. First symptoms. Mild cough. You barely notice. Everyone coughs. The smoke. The dust. The conditions. Coughing is normal. Expected. Universal. Your cough is different. Deeper. Wetter. Productive. Brings up phlegm. Dark phlegm. You notice, wonder. Ignore. Probably nothing. Just a cough. Everyone has coughs. This is normal. Except it is not. It is TB. It is death beginning. Announcing itself quietly, subtly, terrifyingly. Month 2. Persistent cough. Not going away. Getting worse. You cough constantly. Day and night. The cough is exhausting. Painful. Disruptive. Others notice. Move away from you. Avoid you. They know. Recognize. Fear. TB is terrifying. Contagious. Deadly. They want distance, protection, survival. You understand. Don't blame them. Would do the same. Are doing the same. Avoiding other coughers. Seeking safety. Impossible safety. Everyone is exposed. Everyone will get it. Eventually, inevitably. Month 3. Night sweats. Drenching sweats. You wake up soaked. Your clothes wet. Your blanket wet. Everything wet. With sweat, this is TB fever. Classic symptom. Diagnostic symptom. You have TB definitely, obviously. Certainly you know now. Everyone knows. They avoid you more. Isolate you. Fear you. You are dying. Visibly dying. Contagiously dying. Dangerously dying. You are alone now, isolated. Abandoned. Dying alone. As expected. As deserved, maybe. As inevitable, certainly. Month 4. Weight loss. Dramatic weight loss. You are already thin. Malnourished. Now you are skeletal, cadaverous. Death. Like the TB is consuming you, eating you from inside. Your body is fighting. Losing, dying. You can see your ribs. Count them. See every bone. You look like concentration camp victim. Living skeleton. Walking corpse. This is TB. This is consumption. The old name. Accurate name. The disease consumes. Completely. Utterly. Fatally. Month 5. Bloody cough. Hemoptysis. You cough. Blood comes up. Bright red blood. Alarming blood. Terrifying blood. Your lungs are damaged, destroyed, bleeding. You are coughing up your lungs. Literally, pieces of lung tissue, mixed with blood, with bacteria, with death. The blood is proof, confirmation, diagnosis. You have advanced TB. You are dying. Soon. Definitely. Inevitably. Nothing can save you. No treatment. No cure. No hope. Just death. Coming. Soon. Month 6. End stage. You can't walk. Too weak. Too exhausted. Too destroyed. You lie down. In your spot. In the Hooverville. In the jungle. Wherever. You lie down. And don't get up. Can't get up. Won't get up. You are dying. Everyone knows. Sees. Avoids. You are contagious. Dangerous. Untouchable. You lie alone. Coughing blood. Sweating. Wasting. Dying slowly. Painfully. Publicly. Nobody helps. Nobody can help. You die there. Where you fell. Where you lay. Where you suffered. They find you eventually. Hours later. Days later. Stiff. Cold. Dead. Another TB death. Another statistic. Another body. Removed. Disposed. Forgotten. Next. This progression happened to thousands. Tens of thousands. Maybe. Nobody counted accurately. Nobody cared enough to count. TB deaths weren't news, weren't important, weren't worthy of attention. Just dead hobos. Expected normal. Acceptable even. This was the attitude. This was the reality. This was America. 1930s America. Letting people die of preventable disease. Of curable disease. If they had access. If they had care. If they had money. They had nothing. They died. Everyone moved on. Business as usual. Let's talk about police violence in specific detail. Because police didn't protect hobos. didn't serve hobos, hunted hobos, attacked hobos, killed hobos. This was their job, their duty, their function: protect property, protect citizens. From hobos. Hobos weren't citizens, weren't people, were problems, pests, to be removed, by force, by violence, by any means, legal means, sanctioned means, expected means. Officer Patrick Murphy, Los Angeles, 1933. Murphy was notorious, famous for brutality, for violence, for hating hobos. He patrolled the rail yards, found hobos, beat them severely, systematically. Enthusiastically, he carried an oak club, 2 feet long, heavy. He'd swing it at heads, at bodies, at legs, breaking bones, fracturing skulls, crushing organs. He didn't care about damage, about pain, about consequences. He was removing pests, doing his job, protecting the railroad. That people got hurt, got crippled, got killed even. Irrelevant, expected, justified. Murphy kept count, bragged about it. 2,000 bums. I've run off 2,000 bums. Proud, boastful, satisfied. 2,000 beatings, 2,000 victims, 2,000 crimes. But not crimes. Not legally. Legal police work. Sanctioned violence. Approved brutality. Murphy was never disciplined, never charged, never questioned. He was doing his job. Excellently, effectively, violently. Exactly as expected. Exactly as desired. By the railroad, by the city, by society. Remove the hobos any way necessary. Murphy's way was clubs, and brutality, and broken bones. This was acceptable. This was normal. This was American policing. 1930s, American policing. Some hobos fought back. This was suicide. But some tried. Desperation drives people. George Williams, young, strong, angry. Murphy tried to beat him. Williams fought, grabbed the club, pushed back, fought for his life. Bad decision. Fatal decision. Murphy pulled his gun, shot Williams 3 times in the chest. Williams died. On the tracks. In the rail yard. Bleeding out. Dying. Dead. Murphy claimed self-defense. Justified shooting. Williams attacked him. Tried to take his weapon. Murphy had to shoot. Had to defend himself. Had to survive. The investigation agreed. Ruled it justified. Legal. Proper. Williams was the criminal, attacking an officer. Death was appropriate. Expected. Deserved even. Case closed. Move on. This happened repeatedly, in every city, with different officers, different victims. Same story. Hobos beaten. Hobos shot. Hobos killed. Officers justified. Always justified. Never prosecuted. Never punished. Never questioned. This was the system. This was justice. This was law enforcement. Enforcing social order. Enforcing death. On hobos. On the desperate. On the poor. Legally. Officially. Constantly. Let's discuss winter deaths in detail. Specific deaths. Real people. Real cold. Real tragedy. Because winter killed more hobos than anything else. Than trains. Than disease. Than starvation. Winter was the great killer. The mass murderer. The reaper. Hundreds died. Thousands. Every winter. Every year. All across America. In every city. Every Hooverville. Every park. Every alley. Bodies everywhere. Frozen bodies. Dead bodies. Winter's harvest. New York City, February 1934. Coldest month. Temperatures dropping to 5 degrees below zero. With wind chill, the Hooverville in Central Park was crowded. 300 people, maybe men. Women, children. All desperate. All dying. Slowly the shacks offered minimal protection. Cardboard and wood. Not enough. Never enough. People burned whatever they could find. For heat. For survival. For hope. But fuel was scarce. Running out. Running out meant freezing. Meant death. Meant certainty. The cold wave lasted a week. 7 days below freezing. 7 nights of terror. Of suffering. Of death. Bodies were discovered every morning. 5, 10, 15. Frozen in their shacks. In their cardboard homes. In their final resting places. The police collected them, piled them, transported them to the morgue, to storage, to mass graves eventually, Potter's Field. Unnamed graves. Forgotten deaths. 1 family froze together. Father, mother. 3 children found huddled, trying to share warmth, trying to survive. Failed. All dead. All frozen. All together. The youngest was 2 years old. A 2-year-old child, frozen to death, in America, in New York City. In 1934, this happened. This was real. This was photographed, this was published. America saw. America knew. America did nothing. Another dead family. Another frozen family. Another statistic. Move on. Next tragedy. Next horror. Next death. Chicago, January 1936. Another cold wave. -10 degrees. Wind chill. -30. Deadly cold, impossibly cold. Survival cold. The missions were full. Overcrowded. Turning people away. No room. No space. No capacity. Sorry. Can't help. Go elsewhere. Just cold. Just death. People had to leave. Had to try elsewhere. Had to walk. In negative temperatures. Fatal walk. Final walk. James Patterson, age 52, turned away from a mission, too full. He walked, looking for shelter. Any shelter. Found an alley behind a building. Some protection from wind. Not much, but some. He lay down, in the alley against the wall, trying to block wind, trying to survive, trying to see morning. He froze. During the night, alone. Frozen solid by morning, found by a worker. Opening the business. Saw the body. Called police. Police came. Removed the body. Recorded it. Unknown male. Approximately 50 years. Frozen to death. No identification. No identification was wrong. Patterson had a wallet. Had papers. Had a name. Police didn't check. Didn't care. Just another frozen bum. Another winter death. Another disposal. No investigation. No mourning. No nothing. Just removed. Forgotten. Gone. This happened in every city. Every winter. Same stories. Different names. Different locations. Same deaths. Same cold. Same abandonment. Same America. Letting people freeze. In streets. In alleys. In parks. In public, visible. Obvious. Known. Documented. Photographed. Published. Ignored. Accepted. Forgotten. This was normal. This was expected. This was American winter. For hobos. For the poor. For the desperate. Death was expected. Death was common. Death was acceptable. This was the reality. This was the truth. This was history. American history. Shameful history. Real history. Let's talk about the psychological damage specifically. The mental health crisis. The trauma. The destruction of human spirit. Because the depression didn't just destroy bodies. Destroyed minds. Destroyed souls. Destroyed humanity. The psychological damage was enormous. Universal. Permanent. Life. Altering. Let me explain. Clinical depression was epidemic. Everyone was depressed. Clinically depressed. Medically depressed. Hopelessly depressed. The loss of everything. Job. Home. Family identity. Purpose. Dignity, everything gone. Destroyed. Irretrievable. This creates depression. Severe depression. Suicidal depression. Everyone had it. Everyone suffered it. Everyone drowned in it. No treatment, no therapy, no medication, no help. Just depression crushing. Overwhelming, permanent. You learn to function depressed, to survive depressed. To exist depressed. This became normal, expected, standard. You were always depressed. Forever depressed. Depression was your baseline, your normal, your existence. This was hobo life. This was depression life. This was survival. Barely surviving. Barely existing. Barely human. Anxiety was constant, permanent, overwhelming. Everything was threat. Everything was danger. Everything was risk. Would you eat today? Where would you sleep? Would you survive the night? Would you be beaten? Arrested? Killed? The questions were constant. The answers were unknown. The uncertainty was crushing. Your brain couldn't rest, couldn't relax, couldn't feel safe because you weren't safe. Never safe. Ever. Constant vigilance. Constant alertness. Constant anxiety. Fight or flight, always. Forever, your nervous system was stuck, broken, overactive, exhausted but unable to calm. This was permanent. This was life. This was survival mode. Activated, constantly, destroying you. Slowly. Inevitably. Completely. Post-traumatic stress was universal. Though unnamed then, unknown then. But there, real destructive. The trauma was constant, seeing death, seeing violence, seeing suffering. Constantly, daily, hourly even, watching people die, watching people beaten, watching people starve, Your brain couldn't process, couldn't integrate, couldn't cope. The trauma accumulated, layered, compounded, created permanent damage, permanent changes. You'd never be the same, never be whole, never be normal. The PTSD would last lifetime, haunt you, destroy you, slowly, continuously, permanently. The nightmares would never stop. The flashbacks would never end. The trauma would never heal. You'd carry it, forever, always, until death. Finally ending the suffering, finally stopping the trauma, finally allowing peace in death. Only in death. Some people broke completely. Psychotic breaks, mental collapse, total breakdown. They'd scream, rant, attack invisible enemies, fight imaginary threats. They were gone, mentally gone, brain destroyed by stress, by trauma, by everything. These people were dangerous. To themselves, to others they'd be restrained, tied up, locked away if possible, more often just expelled. From the jungle, from the Hooverville, from the community. Go away. Be crazy elsewhere. We can't handle you, can't help you, can't afford you. Go. They'd wander, alone, insane, vulnerable. They'd die quickly, usually violence, exposure, accident. Something would kill them. Fast, mercifully fast. The insane didn't survive long, couldn't survive. The streets killed them, quickly, efficiently. Finally, let's talk about children specifically. Child hobos, because they existed. Thousands of them. Tens of thousands children alone, orphaned, abandoned, running away, surviving, barely dying. Mostly, child mortality was enormous. Children couldn't survive the life, couldn't endure the hardship, couldn't handle the violence. They tried. They died. Mostly. Quickly, horribly. Bobby Martinez, age 12, Los Angeles, 1933. Bobby's parents died. Both died. Mother from flu, father from despair, suicide. Bobby was alone. No family, no relatives, no options. Foster care was full. Orphanages were full. Everything was full. Nobody could take him. Nobody would take him. He was alone at 12. Completely alone. He became a hobo. Child hobo. Riding trains. Begging food. Surviving. Trying to survive. For 2 months he survived. Then he didn't. Found dead in a boxcar. Beaten to death. Robbed. Murdered. For his shoes. His coat. His nothing. Killed for nothing. At 12 years old, a child. Murdered in America. In 1933. This happened. This was real. This was documented. This was Bobby. Gone. Dead. Forgotten except as statistic. Child hobo death. One of thousands. Nothing special. Nothing unusual. Nothing worth remembering. Except it is. It should be. Bobby should be remembered. They all should be. All the dead children. All the forgotten children. Remember them. Honor them. Never forget them. Let me tell you about one more thing. The Thanksgiving raids. Because even holidays weren't safe, weren't sacred, weren't respected. The police would raid missions, raid soup kitchens. On Thanksgiving, on Christmas, looking for criminals, for fugitives, for hobos to arrest, to brutalize, to justify their existence. They'd swarm in, during the meal, during the sermon, during the only moment of peace, of comfort, of humanity these people had. The police would invade, violate, destroy, check everyone, demand papers, demand identification. Those without would be arrested. Most were without. Most were arrested. Thanksgiving dinner interrupted. Christmas service destroyed. The charity workers would protest, would object, would demand respect. The police wouldn't care, would arrest anyone who interfered. This was law enforcement. This was order. This was protecting society. From hobos, from the poor, from the desperate. Even on holidays, especially on holidays, when they gathered, when they were visible, when they could be processed, arrested, removed efficiently. These Thanksgiving raids were policy, official policy. In multiple cities, Los Angeles did it, Chicago, New York, many others. Every year, same raids, same brutality, same cruelty. The newspapers covered it, approved of it. Police clean-up missions, remove undesirables. Protect charitable organizations. The spin was perfect. The reality was horror. The police were attacking the homeless on Thanksgiving, for being homeless, for being hungry, for being desperate, for existing. This was America. This was justice. This was the Depression. Constant, cruel, relentless. Even on Thanksgiving, no rest, no peace, no mercy, ever. This is what you need to understand. The Great Depression wasn't just economic, was social, was psychological, was physical, was everything. Total collapse, total destruction, total suffering. For years, for millions. In America, the richest country, the most powerful country, letting its citizens starve, freeze, die, in streets, in public, visibly, obviously, knowingly, and doing nothing, or worse, actively harming, police violence, government indifference, social abandonment. This was the Depression. This was American history. This was real. This was documented. This was true. Remember it. Learn from it. Honor those who suffered, those who died, those who survived. They deserve remembering. They earned remembering by suffering, by enduring, by surviving against everything. Despite everything, through everything, they survived. Or they didn't. But they tried. That matters. That is worth honoring, worth remembering, worth telling, forever. Always, never forget. Never. The Great Depression happened. To real people, real Americans, real humans. They suffered, they died, they survived. Remember them. All of them. Forever.